Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning to our new friends in Orlando, Florida, Robin.
Why are you saying this to them on the radio? Shouldn't you be on the phone?
No, we're on in Orlando, Robin.
You're kidding.
That's right.
We're in Disney World.
Yeah, baby. How are you?
So that's a surprise.
Yeah, we should talk about Disneyland. I'll converse on that later. Hey, good morning, Orlando. Good to have you on board. I wonder if I have a special phone line too. Orlando, Florida.
To welcome them.
We're also on in Myrtle Beach. You can't forget that. Where is that? North Carolina, right?
Oh, I thought you meant where is it on the phone?
No, I mean where is it?
Where is it in the country?
I forgot we're on in Myrtle Beach. I hear we're very popular in Myrtle Beach, yet I never see the phone line ring. I wonder if they ever give out the phone number in Myrtle Beach.
I don't know.
You see something? Hey?
Dead, huh?
It's dead. Okay, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back, start the show. Good morning, Orlando. It's good to be on the air. Yeah. We haven't had a new market to announce in a while.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. Are we going to have a press conference?
Yeah, maybe the end of this week or the beginning of next week.
Okay. Big news.
Yeah, they were going to...
I can't believe you announced it so nonchalantly.
Well, I found out about it on Friday, and they called my house, and they said, well, we're going to wait a week to go on and get all the kinks worked out. I said, kinks, schminks, how hard can it be to run the show?
So there are a few kinks. Put it on anyway.
Yeah, so just throw it on the air. Let's get on in Orlando. Why wait?
All right.
Hey, come on. It's been a while since we've been on in a new market because our friends of the federal government pretty much don't like me to do commerce in this country.
Yeah, we have to fight the government for every inch of progress.
Yeah, everybody else has capitalism. We have communism here on the show.
We're having a revolution.
Yeah, we're government-controlled over here. The only business in America government-controlled.
We're the only people who weren't freed when we got free of the British.
Yeah. And you know how it is when the government runs a company.
Yeah, check out Best Little Whorehouse Part 2.
Yeah, they couldn't even run a whorehouse straight. Hey, dudes, we'll take a little break. We'll be back right after these words. Good morning, everyone, and especially a good morning to Orlando. We're on in Orlando for our first day of broadcast. This all came down rather quickly. I'm glad to see that we have another radio market that... Yes, Jackie, we're on in Orlando. You missed it. New clubs.
Oh, yeah. Nancy and I go to Orlando at least once a year.
Yeah, for Disney World.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's our favorite vacation.
I can't imagine anybody joining this show now. I can't imagine someone tuning in for the first time now and having no idea what Jackie is or who I am, Fred.
You're going to have to ride that roller coaster till you figure it out.
Yeah, well... The reason we're on in Orlando is there's two of the most incredible Howard Stern sound-alikes in Orlando.
Is that right?
Ever to hit the country. What is it, Fa-Fa-Phony?
I actually had the opportunity...
See, no one knows who Fa-Fa-Phony is in Orlando, and I can't explain it. You just got to kind of hang with the show. Fa-Fa-Phony is our producer.
Notes.
That's Fa-Fa-Phony.
I had the opportunity to meet somebody this weekend at a party from Orlando.
Yeah.
And they said that the two guys that you're about to talk about are rip you off so bad, and unfortunately, the people of Orlando just think that they're the originals.
Yeah, well, now we're on in Orlando, Tampa, our Orlando station, which is, let's see, what's the name of it? Real Radio 104. Real Radio 104.1. Let's see. Yeah, okay.
We're in Tampa?
Yeah, we which is good because I think my in-laws. Well, I don't know how good that is, but my in-laws always go, "When are you coming to our neck of the woods?"
Yeah,
because they live in Sarasota, Florida. I wonder if they can pick it up because radio out of Tampa
goes into Sarasota.
Yeah, but if it's coming all the way from Orlando, does it reach Sarasota?
Oh, you mean the Orlando station can be heard in Tampa?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I don't think they'll be able to hear it in Sarasota.
Well, Sarasota's only a half hour from Tampa.
Yeah, but still. Don't you think you're stretching it at Tampa?
I thought so. I didn't even know we reached Tampa. Let's see. Are we? Oh, no, I see. We're not on. Well, we don't reach Tampa. Ron and Ron reached Tampa.
Oh.
Ron and Ron show. Anyway, two of the biggest Howard... These guys got into radio about five.
Ron.
Yeah, Ron and Ron got into radio about 5 years ago after listening to numerous Howard Stern shows, and evidently have done everything I've ever done in my entire career. So unfortunately, we're coming into Orlando looking like we're ripping off Ron and Ron.
Well, we're going to do it better.
Ron and Dick. Dick and Dick! Dick and Dick making money. They're down there in Florida hiding. The Dick and Dick show.
I can't wait for the funeral.
Yeah, I hope so.
Disney World funeral.
The only problem I have with the Howard Stern imitators is that sometimes they've been entrenched in the market for so long. I come in, they go, oh, the audience goes, what do I need to listen to Howard Stern for? I got my Ron and Ron show.
You know it can't be any good.
You nitwits. Two little skiboza rip-off artists 5 years ago.
Have you ever heard anybody who's imitating you be good?
No.
All right.
Well, everyone said Mark and Brian were real good imitators, but we beat them.
Yeah.
And they say that Ron and Ron are better than Mark and Brian, but not much.
That ain't saying anything.
I said if they married each other on the air, and some guy said, well, they haven't gone that far.
They knew better than to do that.
Yeah. Because Mark and Brian were looking like
they didn't know what to do with them.
Two guys on the waiting list to go homo. Because they were marrying each other on the air.
And they were shoving up in line.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the front, marrying each other.
So I asked the owner to send me an overview of the
Ron and Ron show.
Just of the Orlando market. Dear Howard, let's see. Oh, I see. This is Walt Sabo sent me. I guess Walt Sabo's the consultant down there. You know Walt. You might not know him.
No, I don't. I know the name. I've never met Walt, I don't think.
I know Walt. I know him a long time. One time I had a meeting with Walt, and I said, you know what you ought to do? You ought to take one of these AM stations and just do an all-game show radio station, game show format. You know, we can win junk and prizes and call in and stuff. And within 3 weeks, he had it all put together and was doing it. But he didn't do it right.
Oh, that's what because it didn't work, obviously.
Yeah, but he tried. But I think he rushed it. I think it could have worked.
Uh-huh.
But Walt's pretty good. He's been around a long time, and he's big fans of ours. And
well, then I like him.
Yeah, then he's a cool dude. He's a bright guy, except for the game show format. Anyway,
at least he got it up and running.
Yeah. Here are the facts that may be of interest. The only so-called competitor is a team named Ron and Ron. They're on in Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. Yeah, well, we were supposed to be on in Miami, but the FCC killed that deal. FCC, the government decided I shouldn't be on in Miami. The people of Miami couldn't handle it.
So they're just syndicating themselves throughout Florida.
Yeah, that's the attempt here. Sort of go to all the markets where I'm not.
Yeah.
So
cover Florida and hope he never comes here. Never finds out about it.
Freaks. Ron and Ron are on stations owned by Bud Paxton, founders of the Home Shopping Network.
Oh.
The owners of the station we're on don't like Bud. So there's a little rivalry going on there.
Okay. Always works for us.
Yeah, we like it. We like when the owners hate the other owners. That's cool. Then, you see them pumping some dough into things.
They have a vested interest.
Right. The station that we're on, Robin, in Orlando is called Real Radio 104.1. It is one of 2 full-time FM talk stations in America.
Oh.
Everything on it is local except for us. The big deal on the station is Jim Phillips, who was on in the afternoon drive period. And he's a major fan of our show, so...
Like Jim, too, then.
We like Jim. So mentioning Jim wouldn't hurt either.
Okay.
Make it seem like we know what's going on in Orlando, even though we don't.
Hey,
even
Jim.
though I've been in Orlando once, actually.
I didn't listen to radio.
Yeah, I didn't hear the Jim Phillips show, but I'm sure it's excellent. Point number 4. As you know, Disney World is in Orlando. And what you need to know is that the people who live in Orlando hate Disney.
Really?
Yeah, but why would you hate them if...
That's your entire revenue is based on that, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess, but you know how everyone hates, like we hate our boss?
Yeah.
Tom Chisano?
Well, Disney does own absolutely every piece of land, every morsel.
Yeah.
I guess you could hate them.
Yeah, I guess, but I wonder what that's all about. Well, maybe
it's always got look at what it brings in. I mean, you've seen those people who go.
It brings in Jackie and his wife at least twice a year.
Isn't that enough to turn you off?
Hey! Orlando is a real young market. Average age of the population is 28 years old, and most of them work for Disney.
Yeah.
So there it is. That's all I know about Orlando, except that, except what I know about Disneyland and the fact that I know why the people of Orlando might hate Disney in the sense that Disney did it right in Orlando. What they did is they bought up every piece of land in Orlando. When they opened up Disney World in California, they blew it. Disney blew it. They built Disneyland, which was a major attraction, and then all of the hotels surrounding Disneyland they didn't own any of the surrounding businesses. And what happened was Disney missed out on everything. They just had their theme park. Everyone else was making tons of dough in the hotel business, and Disney couldn't get their hands on it. Yeah. They took hotels that were dying and made them into multi-million-dollar businesses, booked up all year round. And Disney went, oh my God, we could have owned these hotels. Mm-hmm. What did we do? So when they moved into Orlando, they just bought up everything. Yeah. Now no one makes money but Disney. Right. But they did it right. I mean, that was smart. That's how you do it. I mean, if they're the attraction, they should be making all the money. Yeah, it's a service business. And why shouldn't you get all that business? Even Disney's starting to figure out that whole European Disney thing, that French Disney. Why those bastards in France got a Disney World is beyond me. Those skivos. Who was the one person who wanted it and negotiated the deal? Yeah. I mean, I think it's terrible that the French people got such a beautiful thing like Disney World. I truly do. I truly think it's awful. Why not give it to our good friends, the Germans? No, please. Why would you give the French? The French hate us. But the Germans love to be served by the French, so maybe they put it there so the Germans would come. And the French hate, you think the people of Orlando hate Disney. You should see how the French hate Disney. I don't mind the people of Orlando hating Disney. At least they're Americans. What is it when the skivos, the French, who don't have a pot to pee in, they start bad-mouthing the Americans through Disney. Yes, but at least the people in Orlando never pulled trucks up in front of the gates and try to keep people out. They made a big mistake with Euro Disney. They made a bunch of mistakes. First of all, putting it in France was a big mistake. They never realized how much the French hate Americans. How could they not? Well, it's just weird because, any American would think, oh, my God, the French must love us because, after all, we saved their skeevy, snail-eating, beret-headed asses in World War II. Yes, but how many Americans have you heard come back from France going, they hate us there? Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, so I don't know, they opened up this Disneyland over in France, and right away the skeeves that live in France start boycotting. They hate the Americans, they hate Disney, they hate this, they hate that. Screw the French. We don't want to wear no stinking costumes. They made a mistake with Euro Disney, too. They tried to serve French food, which was a mistake on Disney's part. Mm-hmm. In other words, the best French food is, of course, all over France. Yeah. For Disney World to try to serve the French food was a classic mistake. What they should be serving in Euro Disney is hamburgers, French fries, stuff that the Europeans actually want to eat, but they're too damn snobby to admit it. So now, according to an article I read, they're switching over to hamburgers and fries. And you have been really studying this Euro Disney. Oh, I am fascinated. I believe that there's at least 12 good books in just Euro Disney. I mean, just reading the history. I am fascinated by it. Because it's, again, the French pissing all over us. Because I know they did manage to get refinanced. Well, it was obvious. Oh, yeah. Well, that was a smart move. But, listen, who wants to get off a merry-go-round and have a souffle? You want to have some fries. And then the other thing is wine and beer are now allowed in Euro Disney. They tried to make it like America. Like America. Yeah, everything's banned. Yeah, everything's banned. And the French and the Europeans do not view wine and beer like we do. Their kids drink it. Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that there was no wine and beer at Disney World was like the French and every other European will stay away. So They put wine and beer in Euro Disney. They started serving hamburgers and fries, and I think it'll do a lot better. And I'll tell you something. I almost wish Euro Disney failed just so that the French couldn't have that source of money making. That they would have been left with nothing.
As far as I know, they were actually, if on paper, just by the numbers, if you looked at how much money they made from the traffic they had, they should be making money. But it was because the bank loans were so high that they were having trouble turning that corner.
Yeah, they refinanced. Hey, I got a fart. You want to hear it on mic or off?
No, go away.
Guys, let's take a vote.
On the mic. On the mic. We got a new market.
All right. That's the new for the
they
new
won't
market.
Understand.
Hey, come on. Well, maybe Ron and Ron haven't stolen this from me yet. Hold on.
I hope it's...
Oh.
That's sloppy.
I might have to take a commercial break.
Really?
I might have pushed a little too hard.
No. Welcome to Orlando. Tuck it in.
Good morning, Orlando.
Tuck it in. I don't think he's tucking that bad.
I think it's past that point, Fred.
Sorry. Oh, no.
All right, let me take a little break, and we'll be back. I'll take some phone calls next, right here on the show. So much going on. By the way, someone's faxed me. Look at this. Al's Diamond Cabaret. I guess that's in Philly? Could this be real?
What?
Exclusive, her first club appearance ever. Malika Kinnison. It's got a big picture of her and Sam.
Could it be real?
And then they got a naked picture of her here.
On an ad?
Yeah. I don't know where they run this ad. Al's Diamond Cabaret.
Well, I know I've heard that name before.
Gary's worked there.
Maybe it's a different Malika Kinnison. Yeah, it's a very common name.
Picture with Sam.
I don't know. It's a very common. Well, Sam took a lot of pictures. Look at it.
Kinnison.
There it is.
Oh,
Howard, that picture's from Platinum.
Is it?
That's from her. Yeah.
Thank you, Jack. I was wondering where that picture was from.
Plug. No, I'm saying.
June 6th through 11th, Jackie. She'll be there. Feature shows 12, 20, 5, 7, 9, and 11, 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
Well, I guess we'll be here since she's on the East Coast.
Yeah, well, let's hope she comes in and visits. Well, she looks good, I'll tell you that. Poor Sam. Must be rolling over in his grave.
Why?
Oh, I can't believe it. Oh!
Stripping! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Sam loves strippers.
Yes, he did. Well, we'll have to talk to Malik about that.
Where'd you get that from?
Somebody faxed it to me. You know people fax stuff. Hey, anybody see these promotional ads for The Tonight Show?
I did.
Boy, there's a lot of pressure on me. I tell you, there.
You're some guy. You're a secret weapon.
I was watching the basketball game.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I was watching the basketball game, Knicks in Chicago.
Watching the Knicks lose.
Knicks lose. Losers. I mean, without Michael Jordan, you think they could beat Chicago. They can't even get that together.
They did beat them twice, but each time they had to come back from like 18, 20-point deficits.
Yeah. Well,
so obviously the Bulls are good
they almost came
without Michael.
Yeah, they almost came from behind, last night. But
did they?
Yeah.
Because the last game I saw, they were down by 2 points. They tied it up, and then the white guy from the Bulls hit a two-pointer to break the tie with 1 second left in the game.
There's a lot of white guys, like second stringers on the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they got a lot of guys.
Yeah, they got a lot of white guys there. I mean, but they're not first
They're
string.
specialty guys.
Yeah, they come in when the black guys get tired.
Yeah, but what was the thing about Scottie Pippen not coming off the bench?
Well, you see, that's what I was trying to figure. That's the fault of television. You're trying to find out. I'm not a regular follower of basketball, but evidently Scottie Pippen took himself out of a game, the last game they played, and that's a big deal because the coach wanted him in.
He took himself out of that key play. There was 1.8 seconds left, what Robin was talking about, and the game was tied.
Yeah.
So you're going to make a key play.
Yeah.
You're going to go to win the game. And Pippen went to the bench and said he was not going to be involved in that play.
Yeah, and normally a coach would just fire a guy right on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're paid to play. What do you mean you're not going to play? I've decided not to play, coach. But, they need Pippen, so he pulled a move like that, which is a real tacky maneuver.
But what are you doing? What is he saying when he does that?
I don't know. He was either disagreeing with the play or he was upset about the amount of time he had in the game, or I don't know. I see. Could someone call us? Because Gary doesn't even know, and he's the only guy who knows something about
I thought I read something about the fact that he was upset that he wasn't used in some other key plays earlier, or that he had missed a shot and didn't want to be involved because he didn't feel confident that he could do something.
Yeah,
one of those.
I don't know what it was, but you don't take yourself out of a game.
Right.
What was the big fight they kept talking about?
Great fight.
I missed it.
I know, bench-clearing fight, but I didn't know what that was either.
One of the Knicks and one of the Bulls got into a fight. They started getting into like a fist fight, and then one of the Knicks took the guy and got him in a headlock, and they were stuck together, so they started like running across the floor together.
Yeah.
They fell, rolled into the first row where there were these two really pretty women sitting. They jumped up on their chairs, and then the entire team dove into the fray, but, now they're like 3 rows back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So fans are like jumping out of the way and going nuts, and punches are flying, and everyone was, it was a major people don't fight like that in basketball.
Right. Well, they do now. Anyway, I'm watching the game, and...
How long before somebody brings a gun?
Yeah, right. We'll need video of that. Anyway, I'm watching the game, and every minute it's The Tonight Show is coming to New York with Jay Leno and his special guest. He's pulling out the big guest, Howard Stern.
Yeah, you're always first.
Yeah.
Even today I'm reading in the paper about Jay and what he's going to do in New York.
Yeah.
And the first thing they say is he's pulling out the big guns in New York, including Howard Stern.
And you notice they won't say what night I'm appearing?
Right. Yes, your night has not been set.
Well, it has been set.
Oh, darn. Tell me what it is.
I can't tell you.
Is it going to be with Cindy Crawford?
When is Cindy Crawford on?
She's on tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll be on with her.
Or is it the night that Kathy Lee Gifford is going to be on?
Well, I'm on Wednesday night, so I don't know what night she
That's
is.
Kathy Lee!
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Kathy Lee.
There you go. Good
So
show.
I
All right. All right. Good show. That's a good one.
I think I can hear the sound of her publicist changing nights.
Yes, is that Kathy canceling?
No, I'm not telling you what night I'm going to be on. But I can't say because every time I do that, then Letterman counter programs. I'm the only guy they do that with.
Yeah. Everybody else can do the show and announce it.
Yeah, and I'd be happy to do Letterman the following week. I mean, Leno asked me for 4 months to do this show, and I'm doing it. And I don't know, it's gotten real ugly. It's like, well, how can you do Leno? How can you do this to us? And I said, well, I'm not doing anything to anyone. I'm just a guy. The guy asked me 4 months ago. I agreed to do it. I agreed to do it like a couple of weeks ago. Then Letterman called and said, you do the show with us. I'm happy to do. I'll do the Letterman show 3 or 4 times a year if they want. They just never call me.
See, I think they must have gotten wind.
That I was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And then some people say, well, you owe your allegiance to Letterman because he put you on first. And I go, well, come on. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
why can't I do both shows? You mean I could only do one show?
You mean if Carson put somebody on first, they couldn't go to do Letterman, and now that Letterman is opposite the Tonight Show, they don't do both shows if it's good for their career?
Yeah, but I mean, I owe just as much to Jay. Jay's been doing my show for years.
But the point is, you have a career, too. And
Yeah.
if you want to do whatever is good for you, you should be able to do that.
Right. Hey, I wonder what night Ron and Ron are on with Jay. Ron and Ron show. Nitwits.
I think, let me look.
Yeah, let's see. They're unlisted. Ron and Ron show.
Won't say what day they're on.
Yeah. 2 Howard Stern wannabes. How's it feel, Ron and Ron? We're on in Orlando, by the way, in case you're just joining us. We just started in Orlando today, our 16th market. Hey, Ron, how's it feel, Ron and Ron? After stealing off me for 5 years and creating my persona in Orlando, how's it feel to have me here? Does it unnerve you a little bit? I love these guys. They've done everything I've ever done. I'm sure if I do it now, I'll look like I'm imitating them. It sucks, this business. That's why by now I thought we'd have a national morning show, but of course the FCC makes sure I don't have one. They hate my guts. Buffalo, everyone's jealous. Albany, you're on the air. At least when Letterman does his show or Leno, they at least get to be seen by the whole country. Me, I got to do it market by market. Los Angeles, you're on the air. Hello? Even this guy, Ron and Ron, they even imitated, like, syndicating. All these guys do.
Now everybody's gotten the idea.
Yeah, now everybody does it. Las Vegas, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Sound a little depressed. Hello?
Hey, Gary, get that Heather Locklear conversation ready to run this morning. Please. We talked to Heather Locklear late in the show on Friday, and it was real good.
You made all the newspapers.
Yeah. I want to replay that. It was funny. Hey, you're on the air, dude.
Did you watch Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. It sucked. As usual. Doesn't matter who they have on. Janet Jackson was on, and she's so proud of her belly. Did you see it?
She will not stop showing it. Yeah, I saw her.
Yeah. I mean, every outfit now is the same, where she can show off her flat stomach, but she's got this big bubble ass.
Yeah.
And
what was that little, I was like, what is the chain hiding?
What chain?
She had that chain that was right below the little opening. Didn't you notice that?
The chain where?
It was a chain belt.
Oh, right below what opening?
The opening where her shirt didn't meet her pants.
Oh, that hides the little belly flab. She's so proud of that flat belly now. Every outfit has to expose her stomach.
Oh, it was a weird outfit.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like it was supposed to expose your belly. She had all kinds of vests on and everything.
Oh, she looked kind of thin, too. Hello, I've said hello to you 97 times. You don't answer me, so I've continued talking.
I don't know. Is that other button pushed? Can he hear you?
Yeah, hi, you're on the air. Hello? Here we go again.
Remember the other day Scott had to push a special button?
Hello? Hello? I don't know. Every Monday I come in here and
he can't hear us.
Oh, that's what's going on. All right, Scott, what's the mystery today? I thought you were going to set the board up for me so I don't go through this.
Hello.
What? This?
Yeah. Howard.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Guess again.
Guess again. Take another guess, Scott. He was so excited. He knew exactly what it was. And he was going to walk out.
I have no guesses.
Why do I have to go through this? I use a phone on the show. It's obvious that I use a phone on the show. I mean, is this... Should I press this?
No.
Should I press this? Should I press this? Should I press everything? Tom Chisano, why don't you come in and tell me what I'm supposed to do? Every time I go to the phone, I got to go through a guessing game of why it doesn't work. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can. All right.
Oh, what happened?
He can hear. When you press that button, he can hear.
What button?
When you just press that button, he just wasn't answering you.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Scott. Could you just check the board before I go on every morning?
I do.
All right. Thank you. You do? What happened this time? Must have popped out.
Yes.
All right.
We'll have to tape that down.
Okay. Thanks, Scott. But Scott doing a very good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I checked the board to see if it's there, not if it's working.
Scott, lose some weight, too.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. You're on the air.
How you doing, Howard?
Fine.
Well, first to answer your question about why Pippen left the game.
Yes.
The coach called for the white guy to take the shot at the end of the game.
Yes.
To take the two-pointer.
Yeah.
And
well, of course. Who's going to suspect the white guy doing it?
And Pippen didn't like the call, so he wanted out of the game in case they lost.
That's real mature.
Yeah. Like it's going to make a difference. They still lose. Sitting or standing.
What a team player.
Yeah. But I want to tell you, Howard, I'm 19, and your book was the first book I ever read.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You mean
cover to cover?
You mean at 19 years of age, all through school, they never had you read a book?
Well, they are supposed to, but I didn't make it through school, so
right,
because I wouldn't read.
So you mean my book got you reading?
Yeah.
You actually had to learn to read his book.
Yeah.
No. I knew how to read.
How long did it take you? How many weeks did it take you to read the book?
I got
finished.
What?
I got it at Christmas, and I finished it about February.
All right, so it took you 2 months.
Yeah, about 2 months.
I mean, it's not real tough reading.
Wow. Hey, I'm proud of you. You got to read this book. Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's fantastic.
Come on. Wait a minute. No, you know what? Go get the book and read a little bit to us.
Yeah, let me hear you read out loud.
You want me to?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
You know, I wrote the book faster than it took him to read it.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead. Get the book. I want to hear you read.
It'll take a second.
All right. Took him 2 months to read my book. That's supposed to be quick reading.
It took me 2 days.
Yeah. And even that's a little long.
I had to work in between.
Yeah. You broke to work. You imagine that book taking you 2 months to read?
And he's proud. First one he's ever finished.
All right, read some of the clean parts.
Let me find a spot here. I can read, man.
All right, let me just see how you read.
Hold on.
Ooh,
You can read, but you can't breathe.
I got a broken leg, so I'm hopping around one foot.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Now, you didn't break your leg reading the book, did you?
No, I was out in the mountains. So.
All right.
All right.
Then you were laid up, and it took you 2 months to read the book.
Yeah, you had 2 months of just laying there.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Let me hear you read a couple of sentences.
I picked up Radio and Records, which is a trade publication in radio, and I saw that WCCC, a station in Hartford, Connecticut, was looking for a wild, funny morning guy.
Well, you're reading pretty fast.
Yeah.
You're reading fine.
You must not have spent much time with the book.
No, it wasn't that I can't read. It's just that I didn't like reading.
I know what it was, too. Like, sometimes you can read out loud good, but in order to understand what's happening, you have to read it a couple of times.
It's just that I didn't want to read books.
Right.
You know.
I was just saying that the length of time it took you to complete the book seemed inordinately long.
Well, you know.
Right.
First time.
All right, very good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the book. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you try another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my second one right now.
What are you reading?
The Devil's Handbook.
So from Howard Stern to the Devil's Handbook.
So now you're into Satanism?
Well, I'm just reading about it, you know.
I see. Yeah, well, that's good. You know, I spoke to a couple other guys who read my book and then started reading books on Satanism. It kind of leads you that way, huh?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
No, it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
I mean, the two books that you chose to read out of 19 years were my book and a book on Satanism?
Yeah, well, I almost read The Outsiders all the way through when I was about in 7th grade, but I never finished it.
Yeah, I see.
So, yeah, it was years in a book from Anton LaVey.
Right. Now, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why are you into all this devil stuff? I mean, it seems like it just seems weird that out of all the books, my book and Anton LaVey's book.
Well, I wanted to read your book, and then the next thing I got interested in was
Satanism.
Well, I didn't, I'm not into it. I just wanted to read about it.
Right. See what it's all about.
Because you're not taught about it, you know.
Right.
So I wanted to see what it was really about.
I mean, out of all the things to be curious.
If they had covered that in school,
you wouldn't read
have to do it now.
Right.
Exactly.
If they would teach it on TV, then you wouldn't need to read about it.
Exactly.
I hear you. Well, okay. Well, there you go, Robin. Another fine example of how I've influenced society. I got this guy to read.
Tell us when you finish the Anton LaVey book.
Yeah, and give us your review. Well, how did you? So, what part did you like best in my book?
I like the part when you was talking about your anal fissures.
Thank you. Did I help you with that? Did you have that problem?
No, I never heard of them before.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And I cracked up when you was talking about how hard you had to wipe your butt.
Oh, yes. I used to wipe inordinate amounts. I'm using the word inordinate twice so far in this show.
It's funny, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I was never taught proper bowel training. And I used to...
Does anybody in the room recall somebody telling them how they are to wipe?
Yeah, I don't think that... I think
that's a mistake every parent makes.
Yeah, I don't think parents really teach that. And I just took it on my own and obviously got it wrong. Wipeology is a fine craft. I'm thinking of writing a whole book just on wiping. But, yeah, I have trouble in that area, and for years had, not hemorrhoids, but anal fissure, which is much worse. I actually had an extra hole in my butt. And it's all sealed up now because of my fine training and figuring things out on my own. And I pass on the information to you in my book.
He had a couple of relapses, you know. So.
Oh, yes. So, in fact, the other day I was going to the bathroom, and I caught myself doing more than 3, and I backed off.
See?
More than 3 wipes.
Anytime you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I was reading. That's why. And I recommend in my book that you don't read.
That's right. Why do you break your own rules?
Well, Robin, I was under a lot of pressure, and I needed to really mellow out. Why do you break your own rules? I am that way.
Also, I want to say that for anybody out there that's listening that didn't graduate from high school, I have a job that pays $6.25 an hour.
Good for you.
And I didn't graduate from high school.
Are you bragging or you're upset?
No, I'm bragging because most people who go to college don't even make that. I mean, a lot of them don't.
$6.25 an hour gives you at least $200 a week. But if you work 32 hours a day.
No, I work 40 hours plus tips.
Do you?
Plus tips? Oh, so you're making good money.
So how much money do you make?
Around $370.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks. Taxes.
Right.
And where are you living?
Las Vegas.
All right. So what are you, a waiter?
No, I'm a bouncer at a bar. Strip club.
Well, there you go. You see?
You don't need college or high school to succeed.
No, listen to this guy. He's very successful.
He's read 2 books now, and he's making $6.25 an hour.
Yeah, he knows everything about me and Anton LaVey. Well, very good. Very proud of you.
All right, man.
All right, man.
So you're discouraging people from high school.
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you really don't need it.
If you can, yeah.
With all those bouncer jobs out there, what do you need high school for?
That's right.
I'm with you, pal.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye. All right, there's some good advice this morning. It's true. There's a lot of jobs out there for $6.25, and and plus that guy's so in demand
He's so happy.
Yeah, and he has perfected that art of bouncing to the point that every club wants him.
Yeah, but now he's got a broken leg. Does he have health benefits?
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure strip clubs have a good health plan. All right, let me take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Saturday Night Live makes everybody look bad. I'm a big Heather Locklear fan, and I don't know.
It didn't look like to me she was acting with anybody who was there.
Well, everyone. I mean, I can understand why Heather Locklear needs to read off cue cards because she's coming in for the week. But what about these guys who work on the show and have nothing else to do but work on the show, and they're only
all they did was work on it.
And they're only in one or two sketches. Can't they memorize their lines?
Everybody's looking somewhere else.
Yeah, nobody actually looks at each. I mean, it's almost like a high school play at this point. Saturday Night Live.
I don't remember it being that way all the time.
Well, at least write the sketches so that work the cue cards into the sketch somehow. I don't know. Hey, I'm blind. I can't see. Something. Make all blind characters. It's really weird. And then, I don't know, I guess they didn't convince Heather Locklear to wear any swimsuits or anything because she wore pretty conservative outfits.
Right. She always had those little business suits on.
Yeah. I was not interested in that. So, I guess they couldn't persuade her.
They didn't write anything good enough.
And Janet Jackson just wear every outfit I see her in now, and all her videos and everything, it's always where her belly is exposed. And then someone told me on Letterman Friday night, Bette Midler was the guest out of Los Angeles, and she wore a mermaid costume, and her belly was flopping down to her knees. Why, if you're that fat, why would you wear a midriff?
Maybe that was part of the comedy.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be funny. But I heard it got pretty sloppy in there. She looked like a walrus. And then they're in the,
But, when you're talking about Janet Jackson, Michael has either... I guess he could call it feminized himself so much that now he's looking like all of his sisters.
Yeah. He looks like a girl.
So I'm looking at her go, she looks like Michael.
Yeah. She's cute, but she's not sexual. There's something very weird about Janet Jackson. She's very adorable looking and all that, but there's nothing sexy about her.
Well, I think it's that, everybody, her tag is the normal one.
Yeah.
And I guess that's as close as you get to normal when you're Jackson.
But there's something there. I mean, I don't know, like when she's bopping around with that little dance and everything.
Right. Because she's doing even when she was sitting in the chair and she was writhing around, I guess that was supposed to be sexy. It was supposed to get to you.
She's not sexy.
Yeah.
I look at her, I don't think it's sex. But she's trying to show her belly and stuff. But
be that way.
It's just not working. But Saturday Night Live is having they had a real bad year. That was the end of the Saturday Night Live season, and they just really were awful. And you know what? The reason you never used to notice the other cast and crew reading off cue cards is because it really, while they were allowed to read off cue cards, they all had sort of a sense of pride and try to learn their lines and everything. But now everyone's just so damn sloppy that everyone just reads off the cue cards. And like that guy Mike Myers is reading off the cue cards. And, I mean, obviously. And everybody has their one character. They don't even bother to develop more characters. It's just like they got their one.
Yeah, they got one stick, and they just do it over and over and over again.
Mike Myers is trying to do Wayne's World without Dana Carvey.
Right, I was like, he was glaringly missing.
Yeah, he sure was. But it was just awful. But I didn't care. I watched it because Heather was on. But they sleepwalked through the whole season. They really did, the cast of Saturday Night Live. They know it. They know what I'm talking about. And then this whole Leno thing where, I opened up the paper today, and again, another scathing article, this one by Eric Mink, who's a TV reporter, writing about how Jay is, Jay's a good stand-up comic, but he's a lousy talk show host. Yeah. And how great Letterman is, how bad Jay is. I mean, it's unbelievable the negative publicity that Jay Leno gets. I don't know how he wakes up in the morning. I really don't.
He doesn't read the paper.
And the son of a bitch keeps ignoring it. I mean, he just, hey, it's all right. Hey, it's all right. It's okay.
Because even in the articles they've done talking about the fact that he's coming to New York, every article has pointed out that he's, either they say you're number 2, but when you really look at it, last week you were number 3 behind Nightline.
Hey, Jay, doesn't it hurt you when you open up the newspapers every day and they give you, they talk about how your ratings suck and how you're no good at being a talk show host? And
I'm enjoying myself,
Howard. I can't hear you.
I'm enjoying myself.
What are you talking into, Jay?
I can't find a pair of headphones, and
Well, what do you need headphones for? You can hear me.
You know where the mic is, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, the microphone you can certainly talk into.
On the Tonight Show, we have those little clip-on microphones.
Yeah, right.
The little lavalier.
No, in radio we talk to a stationary microphone.
Yes. Yes, we do, don't we? Yes.
Now, what I'm saying is, does it hurt your feelings? I mean, because you appear to just sort of stroll along and not be bothered by the fact that every article says Letterman is this great talk show host, and you're horrible. And yet you have a happy face on every morning.
That's
and
right, I'm having a little fun.
Right.
Yeah, well, what are you asking me about how I prepare to come to New York and change people's minds?
Right, so you think this trip to New York will change people's minds?
Yes, I'm bringing an Uzi.
Uh-huh. Very good.
Well, I have a plan.
Yeah.
Yes, here's the big plan. Don't tell anybody. Tonight, I am wearing a Letterman mask.
Now, there you go.
There's a good idea.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Hey, that's a great idea. In fact, I'm going to bring you a Letterman mask when I do your show.
That's a great idea.
Somebody write that down, will you? I'll borrow that one. Yeah, so every time I open up the newspaper and I read that, Leno sucks, I go, oh, my God, I'm doing the Leno show, and
Leno sucks.
And Leno sucks. What the hell is that all about? But I mean, and they're talking about Jay is coming to New York, and really everything is pretty much the same as any other Tonight Show, except that he's coming to New York and he's going to interview me.
Because he's going to be inside Studio 8H. He might as well be inside a studio anywhere.
Yeah. I don't understand why that helps someone get ratings by coming to New York or, like in Letterman's case, going to Los Angeles.
And you look at the lineup. There's no one on this lineup that you have not seen on a talk show, no matter where it is.
Well, the big thing about Letterman going to Los Angeles was that Johnny Carson appeared twice on Letterman's show.
I did.
And they're writing about it like the two of them are lovers.
It's official.
What the hell is official? Listen to this. Listen to this. This is just an example of one article making a big deal about the fact that Johnny Carson showed up on Letterman. You would think this Carson
never said a word.
Yeah, you would. This Carson, you would think he was the greatest thing that ever lived. It took a combination of personal affection, professional respect, and right timing, and 2 years for Johnny Carson to make the 30-minute trip from NBC in Burbank to CBS Television City in Hollywood. Friday night, Carson stood before a studio audience for the first time since retiring as the host of The Tonight Show. Like maybe he was bored out of his mind. The brief, unannounced appearance on Late Show with David Letterman, which originated from Television City all last week, produced a thunderous standing ovation. Waka.
We're going steady.
This was like the second coming. You would have thought Christ himself walked out. This is Johnny Carson, who didn't change his show for 30 years.
All you have to do is disappear to get a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything, did he?
No. Listen to this. Listen to this. Carson had participated in Letterman comedy bits before, one by telephone a few months ago and one on videotape last Monday. But he had never appeared live during show taping. I've asked him many times, said Peter Lassalle, a former Carson producer who is now one of Letterman's executive producers.
Isn't that LaSalle?
I don't know. LaSalle's a girl's name.
LaSalle.
That is my wife, LaSalle, and her sister, La Betty. LaSalle. Is it LaSalle?
Yes.
Lassalle, I can understand. LaSalle. LaSalle. La Jackie.
La Jokey.
La Jokey.
La Jokey.
Anyway, Peter LaSalle, he must have contacted Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
All right, here's our... wait, listen to this. Johnny had to think about it and agonize about it.
He wasn't even going to say anything. What's the agony?
Here's Johnny agonizing.
We
like this.
I don't know what to do.
What am I going to do?
Carson or...
Where does he do his agonizing?
Or Letterman.
I love bits. Comedy bits. Mr. Sun.
Anyway, so he agonized.
I think it sounds like the kind of agonizing you do in the bathroom.
Browser cough.
You know, to me, agonizing is the president deciding on foreign affairs, like whether to go into war or not.
Yeah.
That's some a-hole doing a TV walk-on.
What to do with Haiti?
Yeah, right. You got Johnny sitting on the beach somewhere.
Agonizing.
If I do Letterman, it says to NBC, F you.
I did business with NBC for 30 years. Why this Johnny so hostile to Jay Leno, I still don't know.
My head is going to explode, Alexa. I don't know what to do.
I like that whole sentence at the beginning where they talk about the combination of affection and...
Yeah, well, wait, it gets worse. It starts to sound like they're in love.
Just me, Dave.
And Letterman starts gushing about his hero.
And courtship.
Yeah.
With time running out this week from L.A., LaSalle took one last shot. I called him again Friday morning, Johnny, and I said, this is the last chance, Johnny. It's our last show from L.A. It's the perfect time. And he thought about it, and he said, okay. I never realized how planned out this stuff. I mean, I never realized how thought out everything is.
Perfect time.
Okay, but I can't talk.
Why not?
I don't know. He's got all...
Maybe he really can't talk.
He claims
Johnny is lockjaw.
he had a cold.
I had a stroke.
I had a stroke. I can't talk. I've had a stroke.
Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah, maybe Johnny's just a puppet head at this point. He's like Weekend at Bernie's. He's really dead. They just...
Maybe all these years Ed was working him.
Did you see any strings attached to Johnny when he did this walk-on?
Well, he could have been working like Madam.
What? Oh, he'd been working from underneath the desk.
Like with those poles. Yeah, okay.
Two big wire poles.
I'm a marionette.
Look at me.
What?
Waka.
Yaka waka.
Yaka waka hey, waka heiny ho.
Wow.
Johnny thought about it, but he said he couldn't talk. He had a cold. And I said, fine. Just come out with the top 10 list and take a bow.
Thank you.
I guess Johnny walked out and handed Dave the top 10 list.
Yes.
For you.
He not only did that, but he sat down at Dave's desk.
Whoa.
I don't know, man. Do I put too much energy into the stuff I do on television?
Obviously.
Oh, Jesus.
He not only walked.
Jesus.
He not only
Holes in
walked.
my hands.
I'm so funny now, I don't have to say a word.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, rolling away the stone, the comedy stone.
The stone. I love that.
You want me to wear the Ernie Kovacs mask in bed tonight, Dave?
All these guys, all these talk show hosts have such a sense of history. Why don't I have that?
There's a funny way of sitting, and I just did it.
I invented the funny way to sit.
Funny sit.
Anyway,
See that was timing.
somebody sent me 4 video cassettes. It's the best of Johnny Carson. I guess they're coming out.
Oh, that's the whole video package.
Yeah, so I'm watching the first one. It's Johnny's bits, and I'm watching it. I'm going, I can't believe no one could beat this guy. It is so lame. Yeah, Cumper, Klemper, Clipper, Klemper, Klepper, Klepper. Did you watch that Cumper, Klemper bit? That's the big bit. The Cumper, Klemper. I mean, in fact, it makes you realize that out of 30 years, they can only call the worst material. It was like, didn't anything funny happen on that show?
The tomahawk bit.
Yeah, that they showed that, and they showed Johnny with his pie in his face.
Yeah. Yes.
And of course,
Carol Wayne.
Yeah, they didn't even put Carol Wayne in because I think she's dead. They
Tea time? They didn't put tea time?
Walker.
Waka waka waka.
Anyway, listen to this. So Johnny comes out. Not only did he give Dave the top 10 list, but he sits down at the desk.
Yeah,
Which is supposed to have
behind the desk?
Yes, that's supposed to have symbolic meaning.
In Dave's chair?
Yeah, in Dave's chair. In other words, took Dave's chair.
I'm passing the comedy baton to you.
Afterwards, Last Sally said,
Last Sally.
Johnny was surprised and pretty happy about the response. Letterman was positively aglow.
Oh, my.
He just kept saying, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. That his idol, Johnny Carson, would sit down at his desk in his chair. I've never seen Dave happier than at that moment. Wow.
Well, of course, he's never seen Dave after sex, so.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I guarantee you that's got to be a happier moment. I don't know. I somehow think Dave thinks Johnny's a big peckerhead, and all this Dave and Johnny and Johnny being his idol, I think is a lot of bull.
Why do you say that?
Because I just think Dave's too smart to think that Johnny is some kind of great guy.
So you think this whole thing's kind of tongue-in-cheek?
I think that Letterman's playing this out, but he's a bright broadcaster and knows how to play this. But I know I've talked to Letterman a few times on the phone. He thinks everyone's an a-hole. That's why we talk. We would talk for an hour and a half and put everyone down. In fact, once I was talking to Letterman when we used to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
And he said to me, said something. I said, "Oh yeah, that guy's a pretty good guy." And it was like the conversation went cold. And Letterman was like, "What?"
You think he's a good guy?
And I realized the key to talking to Letterman off the air is just hate everyone.
Yeah, but you never mentioned specifically Johnny Carson.
No, but
that could be the one guy.
Yeah. Because you sit there and you can talk to Letterman for 12 hours as long as you go, you know who really sucks? Rick Dees. And go like, "Oh, I know, man. Can you, man? Oh, he blows." You know.
But when you brought up Kathy Lee Gifford when you were on the Letterman show,
yeah,
he was just, okay, thank you, we know about that.
Yeah.
He didn't want to.
Yeah, well, now, listen, he's trying to get guests.
Her on this show.
Yeah.
That whole reverence for Carson thing seems so out of character for him, too.
Yeah, it is. Believe me, it's not real.
I don't know.
If Dave is beaming like a homo and Johnny just sits in his chair.
Yeah.
Johnny sat in my chair.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, why don't you let him get naked for you?
Well, why don't you get naked for him since he's great?
Yeah, why don't you show yourself to him? your new skinny body.
Let's hot tub together.
Worship at my comedy throne.
Let's go back to my house in the hills in hot tub.
Malibu.
Malibu with Alexa.
Alexa will rub you with a loofah sponge.
Put your feet out. Put your feet up and look at the Pacific. King of the night.
Play tennis on his raised tennis court.
Dave, we're two kings of the night meeting. This is an historic moment.
Yes.
I loved walking out on your show. But when I sat down, I realized this was foreplay.
And tingling.
Yaka hookie.
Waka haka.
Waka haka high.
Haka heini ho.
Bayonne. Raoul of Bayonne. Bring me over, you gap-toothed child.
Big howdy doody head.
Where's my son, Ricky?
I miss Ricky. He went off a ravine and I cried. I don't cry much, but I cried.
I guess it all comes down to this.
Ricky!
Alexis, fetch the KY for young Dave and I.
Moo? That sounds like a moo.
I'll make you howl like a coyote.
Carson.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah. Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Corning, Iowa.
The great Carson. I've cried twice in my life. Once when Ricky flew off the cliff, and when Dave found my backdoor input.
Those two guys are carrying on like they're, and like the symbolic thing of Johnny passing the baton.
Yeah, obviously this is passing the baton because Johnny has smiled with favor
You should have seen where I put
on
that baton.
David Letterman.
Yeah. How come I don't get any of this symbolism? I'm just watching a show. I'm just trying to mellow out.
So he sat down.
Yeah, big deal.
Grease up the baton.
So does that mean he won't go on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno?
I don't know. Jay continues to say that he likes Johnny, holds nothing but affection for him.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Leno.
Johnny's an imbecile. Oh, this is none, is it?
Hey, Jay, when are you going to...
Johnny's a friggin' idiot.
I'm glad to hear you say this finally.
Tired of him. I'm not going to live in that channel. That's stupid.
Yeah. When I go on the Tonight Show, I'm going
spots on my face now?
to ask Jay, how do you feel that Johnny went on Letterman? What do you think of this? Why don't you just say you hate Johnny?
Did I miss Johnny's 100th birthday or something?
What did you do to this guy? All you did was fill in for him, and they asked you to fill in, and then
and then they asked you to take over the show.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything, really. I'll tell you what I'm going to do after your interview, Howard.
Yeah.
What do you want, tonight or tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday? What
I
night?
can't say what night I'm on.
It is top secret, isn't it?
Yes, it's a big secret.
Now, after your appearance, I'm going to replay your interview in slow motion every night.
Yeah, there you go. You're
going sweet.
You know what I can't figure out? If I'm so important to the Tonight Show, you know, to get since they're coming to New York and I'm the big guest, why don't they just give me the Tonight Show and put me on every night?
Hey, why don't they give the Letterman show to his mother?
There you go.
What?
She gets him his biggest ratings.
Yeah, well,
why don't they give the show to her?
I don't know that she can maintain that every night. I think I might stand a chance of doing that. Hey, anyway, let's take a break, Robin, and we'll be back right after these words. I'll take some of your phone calls. Heather Locklear will replay. And a bunch of other stuff, too, right after. And we'll be playing Guess Who's the Jew before Ron in Orlando can steal it. Or maybe they have already.
They haven't already?
Yeah, we'll be back right after this. Good morning, Orlando. We welcome our new station in Orlando, Florida, home of Disney World. Now I found out why the people of Orlando don't like Disney World.
Why?
It says, Howard, the population of Orlando hates Disney because it pays no taxes. Pays no taxes. I can't read this word. Only pays state taxes, no municipal taxes. Disney is its own town and maintains its own roads, fire department, rescue squad, etc. Big deal.
It pays your salary. You pay the tax.
Yeah, I'd be happy I have a job. Screw what everyone thinks. You should like Disney. It's enterprise. It's business. It's commerce. What's wrong with that? Before there was swampland there. Now there's a Disney World. You can go to work, eat some fries. Right?
So you got to wear a big suit.
Yeah, so you got to dress up in a plaid. I don't know where they find the kids who work at Disney World, but I'll tell you something. They're from Mars. Some of them, like, I don't know. I take that train that takes you around.
Yeah.
Robots.
Hello. Welcome to Disneyland.
They say that speech so perfectly.
And the kids in those bad polyester outfits.
Way too happy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Disney.
They give them happy pills. Well, let me tell you something. I wish the whole damn country ran like Disney World.
Disney is always clean, even though it's a theme park.
Nice and safe.
Have you ever been to the bathroom there? Gorgeous.
Yep. No smell. It's not like a herd of, and then, a herd of elephants go through there every day.
Yeah, and they somehow manage to keep it clean.
And how about that stupid parade they have every night? They have a parade here in New York City. You can't even get through the street. They know how to run a parade there. Then I'm sitting in the hotel. I see fireworks on the water at night.
And then you got Mickey Mouse visiting you at breakfast time.
Yeah, my kids love that. Yeah, actually, I got to Disney World. I left after 2 days. That's all I could take it. I had booked a week, but it was so crowded, and I was waiting in line with so much white trash. I couldn't take it. I'm standing in line, and I'm seeing people with no teeth.
I see. I always go during the off season, so I've never actually experienced that.
Would you tell me when the off season is at Disneyland?
You have to go when kids are in school.
Now, how do I do that?
Why take your kids out and you go.
Yeah. I know. I ask someone, and all I know is I'm standing in line for 2.5 hours. I can't do that.
No, I've never gone to Disney and stood on a line.
Yeah. Well,
I'm Robin Quivers.
Boy, I know who I am, man. I stood in lots of lines. Hey, someone faxes me. Did you happen to watch My Left Jug with Meredith Baxter Birney?
I completely forgot.
Wow.
What was it on?
What a set of whammos on her.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Was that on last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I wound up watching Joan and Melissa.
I have it on tape. How was that?
Oh, weird.
Was it weird?
Very, very strange.
All the reviewers said it was like imbecilic.
Yeah, it was like watching two people's lives, and people don't talk like that, but this actually happened to them.
Yeah.
So something was going on, and you're seeing something, but you're not sure what.
You mean it was sort of changed for TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dorothy, her manager, turned into a tall blonde.
Really? Let's see. Meredith Baxter Burney. Who knew she even had breasts, let alone really nice ones? I understand she whipped them out right on TV. I guess if you got
anything for acting.
If you have a sick breast, you're allowed to whip it out on TV. If I mentioned breasts on the air, I get fined $1 million by the federal government.
If she came in here, Howard, and you said, I want to see your breast, she would be insulted.
Right.
But if you told her, look, we're doing a script on breast cancer,
she whipped them right out.
She would take it off for you.
Yeah, well, that's like Jackie's wife. She's in some play in California right now, and Jackie's wife is the one who sat down with my wife and said, how could your husband lay in bed with porno stars?
Or lesbians.
Or lesbians on TV. That's disgusting, and how do you live with it? That was
now,
the last time.
weren't those lesbians wearing more than Nancy's wearing in this play?
Yeah. Nancy comes out in a thong and makes out with... John saw it in California.
Okay.
She stands on stage and makes out with a guy for a really long time.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm sure she's fallen in love with the guy.
She's acting.
Yeah, and by the way, Jackie, she's out there practicing every day.
She's not getting turned on. You know, Jackie. Only you.
Yeah.
Only you could turn her on.
I don't blame Jackie for cheating.
Thanks.
She's doing it right on stage.
Yeah, that's cheating. I didn't even kiss those girls. But I guess she's different. Well, she's got some logic. John said she had a nice ass in the thong, no cellulite.
Oh, how could she? There's no fat.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie has all the fat.
Yeah, Jackie's got all the cellulite. I think if you're going to wear a thong on stage, you better not have any cellulite.
Careful.
No. I thought Stuttering John would run in with his review, but he didn't. I'm going to move on.
He probably isn't listening now.
Right. Probably passed out in the hall.
I would like to know what that play is all about.
And here he comes.
You want it?
What?
You want my review?
Yeah, okay.
Want to?
You want?
I thought she was really good.
Yeah. What's she wearing? A thong?
She's like this black, she's like a dominatrix chick. Like she's beating, like she beats up this guy with a whip.
Yeah.
She's with this black, tight, bikini type of thing. It's a one piece, but her jugs are hanging out, kind of it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You see her
Who does she think she is, Meredith Baxter Burney? And she's not wearing a bra, right?
No, she's not wearing a bra. And she makes out with a guy.
And how long does she make out with him for?
About a good 10-second kiss.
And tongue?
Tongue kiss?
See, you don't see it. I doubt there's tongue, but
good luck.
But you don't see because they go and they turn.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little romance going on there.
Woo! Bet the farm on it.
Yeah, no, seriously. You know how when you work with someone and you're doing
you're
kissing
kissing them every
scenes,
day? Sure.
and then hey, she's out in California. Hey, let's go get some dinner.
You know how horny she is.
Yeah.
Little night.
You know how horny she is. Hey, isn't she the one who made love to that black guy on the front lawn of a...
She can't even get home sometimes. She gets, she just gets it. She has to do it on the grass.
Yeah. She couldn't even make it home. She got so horny.
Put me on dial date tomorrow.
Right. Have you seen the play, Jack?
No.
No.
Did she let you read it?
Videotape?
Can you imagine if Jackie said, we were doing a video or something, and Jackie's not even allowed to get a massage in here?
Right. He can't even participate in the Super Bowl party.
Could you imagine if Jackie said, hey, Howard's doing a sketch where I get to make out with a girl?
Yeah.
Got it.
Because, there's no kissing going on at the Super Bowl party. All people are getting is a rub down.
Literally, that's all we got.
But how she's acting.
Oh, that's right.
It's not her.
Oh, but Jackie wouldn't be acting on the TV show if he got to make out with a girl.
He's certainly not acting in the Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Your wife drives me nuts. And the only reason she drives me nuts is because she had to rip my wife a new a-hole when we,
So full of crap.
What do you mean I'm full of crap? That wasn't the discussion at the dinner table?
We talked about that for 5 minutes, and we spent 2 hours talking about Fred.
No, but you don't understand. No. We spent 5 minutes.
I've waited 8 years to say that, and finally I've had enough. She mentioned that. We talked about it for 5 minutes.
No.
We talked about Fred.
You don't
for 2
understand
hours.
something. You're absolutely right. We talked about it 5 minutes at the table, and I heard about it for the next 6 weeks
well,
at my
that's
house.
the nightmare. You got your nightmare. I got mine.
No. Your wife is my nightmare.
5 minutes with my wife sets your wife off for the whole weekend.
Yeah,
that's your nightmare.
Yeah, that's my nightmare.
That's what I said. That's your nightmare.
Yeah, no, it's your wife. No, I know all about your nightmare. Your wife is your nightmare, and your wife is my nightmare.
She's bled over into your dream.
And your
Believe me.
And your life is my nightmare.
Right. Oh, absolutely. There isn't a day that you wake up and go, I wish I was him.
I would shoot myself.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I want to be Robin.
Who doesn't?
Well, that's understandable.
Robin's not even Robin. anymore.
Everybody's life is everyone's nightmare.
In this room.
Robin's not Robin? What is that?
I said Robin's not Robin anymore.
I don't get that.
I don't know. With big,
I'm afraid I do.
picture in her apartment now. I don't know.
Shut up, John.
You think I went into my picture? You nut. What are you talking
You
about?
kook.
The picture now.
Hey, when do you think Johnny Carson's going to come on this show and sit in my chair?
I don't want you to hold your breath.
Give me the mantle.
Well, Howard, I'm going to sit in your chair.
I can't talk.
I'm going to give over my throne.
Actually, he could be here now. He's just not saying anything.
Yeah. Dallas, Texas, you're on the air.
Yes, I found out the whole story about the Pippin thing.
Oh, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the whole story.
Well, y'all said y'all didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, now we do. We mentioned it on the air earlier.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, man. All right, Cleveland, you're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to say that I'm waiting on your tape.
Yeah, well, listen, if you ordered the new videotape at 1-800-52-STERN, don't fret. It will come very soon. When did you order it?
Just about a week ago.
Yeah, well, just give it about another week or so.
Give it any time at all.
Yeah, and hey, did you ever see that interview Barbara Walters did with Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson?
Yeah, the Barbara Walters did right after he retired.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
man,
remember.
that guy's got some rotten teeth.
Yeah, I know. I think
Teeth are migrating.
I think that's why they wouldn't let him talk on the Letterman show, because I think it's like his teeth are rolling around in his head.
Yeah.
You think a guy with all that money could get his teeth fixed?
He always. What was that dental problem he had?
Hey, Johnny, if you want, I know Johnny listens.
What?
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to brush your teeth properly to the point where your gums get stimulated and your teeth aren't falling out of your head, come and talk to me. I'll teach you.
For the last couple of years, I was watching Johnny's teeth. I wasn't watching the show.
Johnny's teeth could have been saved, and it's just Johnny doesn't know how to do proper dental care, and a lot of people in this country don't.
Can you imagine what's going on in there?
Yeah, I bet you have some serious halitosis.
I don't know what's going on in there, but I always know that he was always at the dentist on the Tonight Show, and he always had dental surgery.
And then he started laughing with his hand over his mouth because his teeth got to be in such bad shape.
Yeah, I know. He's like an Iranian woman. I'm going to wear a veil.
Hey, and you were talking to...
Hello, Mr. Clinton. My ex-wives took my teeth. Yeah.
I mean, he has the teeth of a woman who lives in a trailer.
They're migrating.
Yeah.
Rat teeth.
White trash mouth.
But how long do you think it's going to be till you come to Cleveland?
Oh, okay, let's talk about that right now.
Don't we have a date?
We're thinking that we're coming to Cleveland June 10th. We're thinking that.
All right.
All right.
Are you going to have the Playmate hit the Cleveland one from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you know she did an interview with Jeff and Flash?
What do you mean?
Back when she was in Playboy?
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Well, that could not be helped. We weren't there.
We weren't there yet.
Network.
Are we supposed to hold that against her?
No.
Okay.
No. But hey, I love your show, man.
Thanks, dude.
You used to listen to Jeff and Flash, didn't you?
Yeah, because you heard the interview.
No, she was on TV, and that's how I know about it.
Oh, okay.
Thought I caught you.
Yeah.
No, loyal listener.
Anyway, let me tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this is what I was thinking about for Cleveland. Because I don't want to do the typical show from Cleveland. I don't want to be like, Letterman or Leno when they
just go into a studio and do a show.
Yeah, wait for Johnny Carson to show up. Leno's probably sitting there. I wonder if Johnny's going to show up on my show.
Who's going to show up in Cleveland?
So anyway, I wonder who's going to walk on my show. Special guest appearance. I was reading an article Doug Podell was saying, we're hoping that Leslie West and Nils Lofgren show up. I'm like, Doug, I love Leslie and I love Nils, but can you think a little bigger?
Yeah.
China.
China. So anyway, what I was thinking we'd do, what we could do, okay, is we get some sort of vehicle where we could drive around Cleveland and, stop off at different places.
Sounds good to me. I like that idea. I thought about a remote kind of situation, a remote van where we could just travel around.
Like listeners could ride in and we could stop off at their houses, do the show a little bit from there.
Come visit them, take a little tour.
Yeah, we can go to some of the black neighborhoods in Cleveland. We can go to some of the, what other ethnic groups they got there?
Oh, a lot of Polish people.
Right. Oh.
Visit some Polacks.
Go to the Polish hall and the bowling alley.
Yeah, we'll go down to the bowling alley.
Yeah, there you go.
Sport of Kings.
And, there's a lot of Arab stores.
Any sport that you can smoke cigarettes during can't be a sport.
A really nice strip club there.
This guy was just saying they have a lot of Arabs?
Yeah, a lot of Arab store owners.
Yeah, so we'll go back down and visit some Arabs. You know, I mean, it'll be fun. I'm like, well, let's take. What do you think, Gary? We'll take like a big tour of Cleveland.
I think it's a great idea. In fact, you know what?
And then in the 9 o'clock hour, for the last hour of the show, we could end up sort of at the
site.
At the site where we'll put the one-eyed Cyclops Lanigan and Jeff and Flash. Even though I don't even think they're on the air anymore, we put them in a rowboat, a motorboat, and there's a pier there, and we can just behead them as they drive under the pier, like the baseball players.
Well, like you said, Cleveland's the boating capital of the American League.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Hey, good.
And that'll be the big Cleveland tour, and like we could show up, and then people could write us letters, tell us where they live, and if they got something cool,
it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, like maybe there's a Cleveland lady who has a bunch of girlfriends who want to give us rub downs during our trip to Cleveland.
Here's Dinah from Cleveland. We can go see where she does.
Dara's from Cleveland too.
Yeah.
The girl in the video.
Well, maybe we should meet some new girls.
We'll let them come along, but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to the Crazy Horse.
And then after we behead Lanigan, the one-eyed Cyclops, and the other two dudes, we bury them at the Cleveland Indians baseball field.
There you go.
Or burn them and sprinkle them over.
Okay. Under the pitcher's mound. Or in this case, over the pitcher's mound.
There you go.
Well, if anybody's got a good idea, why don't you send a letter to Cleveland Tour, WXRK, 600 Madison
What are you
Avenue.
laughing about?
No, I think it's great.
But you got a big
I'm happy.
Oh, you're happy.
Yeah,
all right.
because 600 Madison.
Got a big smile.
What is it?
600
like a mongoloid. Smiling like, hey, let it go.
Your baby is as happy as a mongoloid.
600 Madison Avenue, New York, 10022.
Right.
We're just trying to put a show together. That's all.
That's right.
Hey, we got a lot of mongoloids, too.
Happy as a retard.
He'd fit in Cleveland, then.
Gary, how far along is your wife now? When is the blessed event?
November 16th.
November will be the big time?
Yes.
You know what I was wondering?
I should retire on November 16th. Gary will be without work.
Don't do that.
Baby
The
will be-
very day the baby comes.
I have to give it up for adoption.
Do you think it's worth it to retire just to play a joke on me?
Yeah, I do. I'd like to see what happens.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jackie won't be heartbroken.
Right.
I was wondering, is Mrs. Bowie, did she go through the prerequisite morning sickness?
Yes. I spoke to her. She was nauseous every day. I told her that was good.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Still having sex with her again?
Yeah, we just did some last night.
Did you? I had another sexless weekend. It's about 3 weeks in a
But
row.
you had it twice last week, right?
No, that was 3 weeks ago.
No, stop it. You always say that.
Had another sexless weekend. My wife, of course, on her period as usual. Not that I would have gotten any if she was off her period.
Is sex during the week like out of the question for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
They did it. I'm telling you, he was telling us last week about sex during the week.
How does my wife expect me not to cheat? At this point, I mean, she's throwing me into the arms of another woman.
Stop it. She's been throwing you
horny as
10 years now.
I'm horny as a dog.
And you still haven't gone. She figures you're not going to go.
God. I mean, you know, like, you think she'd lean over while I'm laying there in the bed and, like, do something to me. You don't have to always use your private parts.
You know what I think to myself?
I mean, you know, do something.
About?
Like, you know, like, hey, Howard, can I help you out here so I can relax
Oh, she should just volunteer.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't other wives do that? Did your wife ever get dressed up in, like, a little outfit and do something
and
to you?
try to seduce you?
Let me think. I gotta think. No, she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't get dressed up in outfits.
Instigate anything?
Yeah, she'll instigate.
Yeah, not my wife.
You gotta have instigation, or it gets really bad.
Yeah, my wife doesn't instigate.
Because then you
at all.
start to feel like it's always you, and then you start to feel like a horny,
Gary,
dirty
you've
old
only
man.
been married 2 minutes.
2 years.
Yeah, I can't go by you.
Well, Jackie's been with the same woman for almost 10 years, and she's always grabbing him and doing things.
I still believe Jackie has a very active sex life outside his marriage. I know that he doesn't. He denies that.
And that's what keeps
outside
him
of the house.
Yeah, right. So I think that he has a lot of fun.
That's why I'm so happy?
Yeah. Jackie doesn't have a conscience. I just believe that. I mean, and Jackie, I don't have anything to base it on. I'm not saying that you did anything wrong.
badly to
his
believe that.
fantasy.
You want to know something? I bet the farm on it.
You know what? He's talked about it so much, Jackie. He's got me believing it.
I really would. I really would.
He talks about it. He says you're doing it.
Hey, I was drunk. I didn't even know.
So I go, I guess it's true. You has me convinced.
What I can't wait to see is what, Gary's now buying a house, Baba
Yeah.
Booey. He's going to become a father and start commuting all at the same time.
Boy.
Good luck.
He's never going to get any sleep.
And wait till his wife starts going, I work too. Why don't you get up?
And he's going to have to get up earlier and earlier.
I'll need a case of Visine. I'll definitely have bloodshot eyes.
Yeah, your eyes will be popping out of your head. You'll see.
Fall asleep behind the wheel on the way.
Lucky you don't have any pressure here at work. You can sleep during the show.
Is Gary going to have somebody driving him in so he can get that extra nappy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can all afford to have a private driver when we live 15 blocks from the station.
I think Gary's teeth are going to explode from the pressure.
They are filling up with fluid.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to get that bite block back in pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. So he doesn't chew on the back of his teeth.
Yeah, he doesn't grind his teeth.
Baby and I will be sharing one of those things you nibble on.
One thing about Gary, though, he has no pressure at work, so he can relax. Like Newsday makes a real good pillow for Gary. He sits there in the jock lounge with his head resting on it.
I haven't been in the... First of all, I've been in the...
Wolf, I'm reading the newspaper.
Some days the comics are like pressed on his face.
Yeah, right. I read Doomsbury.
Gary, human silly putty.
Yeah. Doonesbury was all over his face the other day.
One whole complete frame.
I don't know. I must have passed out.
And the cap is on my nose.
All right, who took the horoscope? Heads are going to roll.
Backwards, far side.
You got to see Gary in the back if like somebody takes his Newsday.
Yeah, what happens?
He flips out.
Yeah.
Who took my Newsday? He runs around yelling.
Yeah, like what is he going to do with it? He's going to tell me something I don't know?
I pull some stuff.
I'm sorry, what was it?
I pull some stuff from him from time to time. I really do.
Do you?
Yes, he does. I must admit.
Yeah.
And let's face it, nobody here reads the sports section besides me, and sometimes I give Robin some sports stories.
I can't wait till...
You can't wait till
I just can't wait till he has the baby, he has the house. I leave radio, and he has to eat the baby to survive. I've been reading about it.
I would never eat the baby. Maybe a diaper, but not the baby.
You guys aren't going to do amniocentesis?
No.
I would do it.
Why?
With Gary's genetic.
Oh. What are they going to do now?
You also realize that doing that also poses a danger as well.
Not really. It doesn't.
But
we did it.
Haven't I been reading about something new? They're not even going to be using amnio that much anymore.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I know they have a new thing, but it's not that good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that causes problems.
Well, isn't Gary? He'll be able to see the baby on sonogram, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. They can't tell if it's a retard. They can't tell if it's a retard from a sonogram. They can just tell if it has his arm and the legs.
Silly grin.
Yeah. Hey, he's as bright as his father. Another Adelphi student being born.
If you knew if you were going to have a baby and it was going to be retard, would you not have it?
Of course. In a second.
Oh,
first of all, isn't it wrong to call a baby a retard?
No.
Howard didn't know.
Let me tell you something.
Isn't that politically
Up until
incorrect?
10 years ago, the only thing you could call it was a retard. Now all of a sudden, like mongoloid is any better.
Special children.
Special child is
Down
any better.
syndrome.
Yeah, Down syndrome. To me, Down syndrome is worse than retard.
Mentally challenged.
We had amniocentesis. If you have amniocentesis, that means you want to know if it's a retard so you can abort it.
But that's only one form of retardation.
And did you have
can't tell all forms.
No, not all, but they can tell a lot.
Howard,
you know what? You hedge your bet.
Did you have it done on all three children or just the last one?
No. We didn't realize on the first two because they said, oh, Allison's young enough, chances of having a retard are very slim. Yeah. Meanwhile...
You're taking the Russian roulette.
You want to know something, man?
The baby
It's worth
roulette.
it. I'd rather kill the baby in amniocentesis than be born with a retard. Because you know what?
Howard.
That is a major...
Don't you love your children?
Yeah, but...
Wouldn't you love them if they had that silly grin?
And that flat head? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Gary, it's worth it. You still have time to get it done?
I'm sure we do.
Yeah, seriously, man. Because, Gary, if your baby's born with a flat head and that silly grin, you're going to go, hey, it looks like me. Twins. No, but aren't you nervous about that?
Well, it's something that you always think
You know how
about.
we'll be laughing behind your back if you have a retarded baby?
Even you, Howard Stern,
man,
don't have the balls to laugh behind my back.
You know the jokes we're going to be making behind your back?
Even you wouldn't have the nerve to do
Jackie's
it.
going to be drawing pictures of the baby.
Smarter than daddy.
Still smarter than daddy.
At birth.
Baba Drooly. I don't want to put pressure on you, man, but I would have it.
I could already feel the mail coming in from parents of Down syndrome.
Yeah, well, hey, skip it. We don't care.
Fluff, fluff, fly.
Hey, listen, if I had a if one of my kids had been Down syndrome, obviously, that would have been the shake, and I would have kept it, and I would have done a good job with it. It's not like the old days where you could just give it away to a hospital of some kind.
Well, they still do that. They're institutions. You can hide them away.
Yeah, I love how everyone acts like they're all sensitive and stuff, and like, oh, my God, how can you say these things? Meanwhile, most parents still give their kids away to hospitals as soon as they come out retarded.
You know what the tough thing about that is?
I would keep my kid and raise it.
The tough thing about that is whenever you meet a parent who has a special child,
right?
They always sit there and tell you how
unconditional love.
Well, no, if they had a choice, they'd rather have a choice between a normal child and a special child. They'd rather have the special child because of all the joy that it's brought. It's almost like you can hear them convincing themselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that this is what they want.
Like a mantra. Here's a picture I drew of Gary's baby if it was born that way.
Let me see.
See, like that.
You're going to get my wife upset.
Oh, don't. Tell her to relax. I'm sure everything will be fine. With your genetics.
She doesn't think about these things, does she?
Not until Howard mentions it.
I don't know. I'd be booking that amnio thing, right?
Yeah, if I was her, I'd go get one. It's no big deal.
Be sure.
What they do is they turn on this monitor, the sonogram, so they can see. And then
where the needle's going.
I know a guy who does it great. Dr. Victor Klein. Fantastic. Dr. Victor Klein. He's the guy to do your amnio. He puts on the sonogram, right? You can see. You see the whole damn sack that the fetus is in?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes so far away from where the baby is. They're worried the needle will poke the baby.
But even the removal of the fluid can cause some kind of problem.
Don't worry about it. It's worth it, believe me.
Robin's a nurse and Howard's not, and Howard's going, nah.
Don't worry about it. Robin has never performed amniocentesis.
One guy do it, and he's like, this is the guy.
He
doesn't know what the other guys are doing.
No, this guy's terrific.
He didn't hurt the baby. He's the guy.
Yeah. Your kid's head will be as hard as a coconut. He won't feel a thing.
That needle will bounce off.
That needle will bend. And don't get all defensive. You haven't even met the kid yet.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to love him.
Have you been talking to the baby?
Yeah, Gary, you been talking to the baby? Hey, Wolf. Hi, little baby.
Well, have you
have you put your teeth against that belly yet?
In a very kidding around way, we have. I mean, it's not like we're talking to the baby. We sort of kid around.
I love you, little baby.
Hello, baby. It's Baba Booey.
It's Baba Daddy. Daddy Dewey.
It's Daddy Duty.
Yeah. Kid'll chew its way out. Baba
right
Duty.
off its own umbilical cord.
Right. No, have you been like this? You're supposed to like when your wife's laying down on the bed. You know what?
No, we haven't done that.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm a father 3 times. Kid don't hear you.
Oh, he does too.
That's a lot of bull.
According to the book,
I knew a couple used to flashcard the kid when it was in the belly.
Yeah.
They used to hold flashcards over the belly and read the multiplication table.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to work.
But they do say, haven't you ever heard of, what is that method, the Montessori method or something, where you're supposed to play the music and then the kid becomes a classical
Montessori method.
I did for Mother's Day. I bought my wife, a little present. I gave her a little CD of like kids songs.
Yeah.
And she was sticking her stomach against the speaker as a goof. Yeah. But we're not really doing that.
Oh man.
But you're supposed to play real stuff like classical music and stuff.
You like the Stone Temple Pilots? Hey, little baby, want to hear Stone Temple Pilots? Please, the Nirvana.
Looney Tunes.
Want to hear Looney Tunes music?
You know what you do? Have your wife bark at the moon. That works.
With Gary, don't you think the kid will be hearing enough theme songs from cartoons?
Yeah, the TV's on all the time.
You know what? I swear to God, I have a friend who's got a 4-month-old baby.
Yeah.
And she's already signed her up for school.
That's ridiculous.
For like when she's 5.
Got her registered.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. Wait till you have to meet.
And she's lucky to be on the list.
Wait till you see how other people parent and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's the most annoying part of having kids. You have to interact with other parents.
You meet them because your children meet them.
Well, I got an excuse. I don't go to a lot of my kids' events because I'm so famous that I just go to my wife. I'm too famous to go there. It'll be bad for the kids, and it'll
take away from their event. Yes.
So on Sunday, my daughter had a little recital. She sang a song somewhere. My wife said, "You should really go." I said, "Okay." I want to go, but you know what happens. So I go, I wait till the event is started already, and I just go and I sneak in, I sit down in the back. 2 seconds later, a guy I haven't seen in 8 years comes over, puts his arm around me. Howard? Now, wouldn't it be bad if the guy just said, "Hey, good to see you." He goes, "Howard, I'm really glad for your daughter's sake that you came here today." I go, "Listen, I've seen the 4 monsters you're raising. What are you worried about my daughter?"
The reason you're not coming is because of him.
First of all, you're really glad I'm there because you get to see me.
Yeah.
My daughter gets to see me every day. How do you know my daughter needs to see me at this? My kid's pretty well adjusted. I love people. I love people. People are just so wonderful. I want to take a gun and shoot myself.
said for your daughter.
I have learned one thing from you watching you as a parent that I really admire, that I want to try to pass on to myself.
Shut up, Robin.
Howard's really good about teaching his kids to not be
a-holes.
Competitive. Not to have to,
be the best.
Not to have to be the best, to just be, normal kids and do what they want to do.
Yeah, I try to do that.
How do you do that, Gary?
I don't know,
but
he did it. He did it. Well, hey, I got the idea.
You saying my kids aren't competitive?
No. I'm saying that your kids.
You saying my kids are lazy like you?
No. I'm saying that
Gary, your parents did a real good job with you not being competitive.
Your children are very level-headed, and
that's what you admire about me as a parent?
Yeah, I really do.
You mean, Gary, you're going to train your kids to be the failure that you are?
Your kids could be really spoiled if you could raise them that way. You certainly have the money, and you certainly have the name, and you could raise your kids to be.
How do you know I have the money? You don't know what I have.
Well, I mean, you have more money than the average Joe. I'm not saying that you have a lot of money. I don't know what you have.
Exactly.
He climbed out of that one.
I'm not counting your money. I'm just saying that
no,
you
in
have
other words, I've done a good job of keeping the kids level-headed.
Right, you have an opportunity.
But that's not what you said. You changed.
You're saying competitive.
Your kids aren't competitive. They're just they're
lethargic.
They're not trying to do anything.
They're lethargic like Gary.
No, you don't teach them you have to be better than the kid across.
See what Gary admires? He admires someone who's lethargic.
No, that's not true, and you know it.
Both those kids look like they're going nowhere. I like that.
Yeah, they're just like me.
No, Robert, you know whose kids are going nowhere? Yours. Because you're never having them.
What? Hey, Jackie, I'm praying you don't procreate either.
Might be with you, baby.
Jackie might have to give you a baby.
Wouldn't that be a baby?
So you're really not going to do amniocentesis?
It doesn't look that way.
Did you discuss it?
Well, yeah, and we discussed it with her doctor, and her doctor.
She's a young woman.
How old is she?
We just turned 33.
It's not that young, my friend.
Oh, stop.
No offense. When I had my first kid, my wife was 30, and I thought she was a little over the hill. 33 already. By the time she has the kid, she's 34. You know what I'm saying? Those eggs get old.
She won't be.
The
34.
eggs get old, my friend.
She just turned 33.
Get the amniocentesis.
How come it isn't the sperm that's the problem?
Hey, listen, I'm not saying it's not. I don't know what the problem is. I'm telling you, get it. Trust me on this. You don't want to, your baby is Down syndrome. You'll be kicking yourself in the head for the rest of your life. Better you kill it with amniocentesis. You can always have another one. What are the odds of killing the baby with amniocentesis?
It's so insensitive.
What do you mean? Is that insensitive? I'm giving him advice. You think his parents would give him advice?
With a needle. It'll be okay. You'll have another one.
Yeah, you make another one.
Take a shot at that one, too.
How hard is it? You're as fertile as a donkey.
One of us is.
You're a rabbit.
You're a rabbit.
You know, boss, we got it on the first try?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you worried about? I mean, what, this one's so great? You don't even know this one.
Maybe you want the second one.
This one could be the next John Wayne Gacy.
Do you take the first everything?
John Wayne Gacy just died. That spirit could be coming back into your baby.
No.
And that soul.
You are awful. You are just terrible.
Crawl space.
Crawl space.
I would do it, Gary. You want my advice? Yeah, I know you never take my advice for medical stuff.
If the fluid comes out, Robin?
Nothing.
What if this sack starts leaking, John? The baby will die.
No, you said that something will happen if you take the fluid out of there.
Yeah,
no. They take a little bit of fluid, but sometimes any disequilibrium.
Understand what they do? They take a big needle, and they stick it through your wife's belly, and you think it's going to hurt, but it doesn't. It didn't hurt me a bit. I had to go for the amniocentesis with my wife.
Local, he was fine.
Yeah, I had to go for the amniocentesis with my wife. Which was, she doesn't understand that, I get turned off very easily. Like, I don't like looking at my wife's pregnant belly. I'm really into perfection.
Howard. It was a perfect pregnant belly.
The worst part of it, though, once I got her there, was the half-hour in traffic, actually. I mean, that really, other than that, I didn't feel a thing. So anyway, they take this huge needle.
He needed to be sedated for that.
And they stick it in the belly, and then it enters what they call this amnio sac. And then it makes a little tiny hole in the amnio sac, and it heals itself once you pull the needle out.
Hopefully.
Except 1 in a billion cases. Or if the doctor's a real schlub, he'll put a big hole. He could put the needle in the kid's head or something and kill it. Now, I say, okay, well, what's the downside? The downside is you don't do it, and then you've got a retarded kid for the next God knows how long. You got to sit there with that kid. That kid don't leave the house when it's 18 either. That's only in the movies. Usually you got that kid living in the house with you the rest of your life.
I think the lifespan's around 30.
Is it?
30, 35.
Well, it's not that bad.
It's like a pet.
It's like a pet.
Well, that's what I was going to say, but I refuse.
Hey, I know.
They never leave.
You guys.
No, I'm saying it's not bad. Listen, if you have a retarded child, I say you love that child and you keep it in the house with you. You don't give it away to like Creedmoor.
Think of all the fun you could have. Special Olympics.
Yeah. It's a dream come true.
Meet Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm saying though, if they have a way of testing, which is a minimal amount of risk, I'm saying like maybe it's a 1 in 10 billion chance something's going to go wrong. When's the last time you heard about a botched amniocentesis? Well,
I don't know how many people have it done.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it's done a lot.
A lot of people do it. I'm telling you, man.
With all these old women
he
having
never
babies,
takes,
it's done.
Robert, he never takes medical advice from me. When I told him what dentist to go to,
he didn't go.
He fights me on it.
Yeah.
Why do you fight me?
Would you take your children to the right dentist, please?
I have no problem with my dentist.
You won't take your children? You know your child's
I'm going to take my children to my dentist.
All right.
That's how much I like that
do
guy.
What you want. Make your child. I hope your child has the same big caps that you do.
I hope he doesn't. If he doesn't have my wife's teeth, it's as bad as being retarded.
Yeah, right. He'll have retarded teeth at least. Yeah, what if the amnio comes back? They say, listen, Mr. Delabate, your kid's teeth are retarded. Would you still have the kid?
Yeah, because those could be changed.
All right.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
That kid's already got one strike against him.
What's that?
He's parentally challenged.
Oh, very good. Parentally challenged.
And we knew that before we started.
Gary's dentist actually retired just from Gary's business alone. He's become a very wealthy man.
Gary's sort of like Bree Walker. He knew that there was a handicap he might pass on, but he decided to have a baby anyway.
I would have amnio. Let me ask you something. If they told you at the amnio place, the doctor told you, say, Gary, your kid will have the IQ of a potato, would you have the kid?
I don't know. It's something that my wife and I haven't really discussed. So
maybe you two ought to get to know each other.
No, we do know each other.
Maybe have a conversation about something other than cartoon art.
I do know that
you know what your wife's decision would be in that case. You know you would have had a problem.
As a matter of fact, I know we wouldn't have had a problem.
How?
You
know that now.
Decision by yourself?
Leave it at that. That's all I'm telling you. I would not allow it.
Oh, you.
So wait, you're saying you know the answer, you don't have to consult with your wife, not like Allison agrees with you.
Allison agrees 100%.
Okay.
Of course we had that discussion. My wife will... Are you crazy? I don't know my wife. I'm not having sex with her. We have plenty of time to talk. Well, Gary, I guess you could always switch kids at the hospital. That could be easy. Even if you grab a Mexican, he can pass as yours. You'll be like the Omen. Have a coven show up at your door, raise your kid with you.
We have a baby for you, Mr. Baba Booey.
See, only 6.5 more months of jokes.
Let's take a break, obviously. Hardly wait for little Juan Dalabate to be born.
Hey, Howard, you think your parents would have had a kid if it was...
No.
Oh,
no one would.
On.
Nobody would. If you knew your kid was retarded, you'd have the kid. Are you crazy? Of course you wouldn't do that. First of all, it's painful for the kid.
You would probably abort for sex reasons.
No, I wouldn't. Wrong.
Oh, you probably would. I'm getting convinced that you would.
He who says it dealt it. You probably would.
What is the list of reasons that you would, though? I'm curious. Like, aside from retardation, what else?
If they had a minor problem, huh?
Hair lip? First of all, they can't tell that, but yes, I would. I would listen. I was born ugly, and that was painful enough.
Yeah, but look, you changed.
No. Listen, you don't change from retardation, Baba Booey.
Right.
But that's something you can't change. It's fair to the kid. It's fair to the parents. Look, if you know, why do you think they have amniocentesis? People get abortions for that reason. You're trying to give the kid a fair shake. I know, I'm a parent. I see what goes on with these kids. You see, a kid is a little slow. He's a bit of a pussy. They pick on him. If you could tell your son was a pussy, I'd abort him.
They pick on normal children, Howard.
That's right. More the reason.
Right. They pick on smart kids. So the smart kids in school get picked on.
Right. So you know what they do to the retarded kids?
Horticulture club.
Right. They have sex with them in a basement with a baseball bat. Yeah?
That's only the
Read the newspapers. Limited man.
Jerry, I love you.
Unless the kid is perfectly average, you lose it. I got to take a break. What is it, Gorilla? Speaking of perfectly average.
I guess there's got to be the parent of some doubt.
What is it?
No. I said, do you want to speak to a gynecologist about some facts?
About what? About what?
He has facts.
About what?
Amniocentesis.
Oh, okay.
Amniocentesis.
Doctor, I don't have much time because I have to break for a commercial, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Doctor?
Hello?
Robin, once again, my phones fail me.
Did you hit something?
What?
Did you hit that button that popped out before?
You aborted. No, I haven't hit any button.
You know how Scott said he checked it this morning and then it must have popped out?
Hello?
Maybe he's gone.
Yeah, something.
Well, all my time is gone anyway because of this nightmare that is my phone system. Hello? We were going to talk to a lucky man who gets to be a gynecologist. Which is the greatest doctor you could be. Yes. Well, I'll put this back on hold. I'll take a break. And maybe during the break we'll figure out what's wrong with our phones. And I'm also going to do Heather Locklear next. What happened? He hung up?
I don't know.
No, I can't figure it out.
I'm trying to get Scott to...
We'll be back, Robin, right after these words. What is this? Is this the music from Final Analysis? It is? Robin, do you know what you're listening to?
No, what?
Come on, I just said it. The music from...
Final Analysis.
What is Final Analysis?
It's a movie with Richard Gere, Uma Thurman, and Kim Basinger.
Basinger.
Well, whatever her name is this week.
Tonight at a special time, most network movies start at 9 o'clock. This is a half hour earlier. That's right. Whoa.
Good movie. I really enjoyed this movie.
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, NBC presents Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Uma Thurman. I've seen this movie, too.
It was sort of like a Hitchcock thriller, don't you think?
Yeah. You know what it was like? Like an Alfred Hitchcock thriller. Jake.
Hitchcock,
Jake.
Jake the Joke Man,
The network premiere of Final Analysis. It's pretty good, too. Uma Thurman's hot, and so is Kim Basinger. There's these two sisters. There's a murder.
They're psychiatrists.
Yeah.
Richard Gere and Eric Roberts making a cameo. Very strong cameo.
Eric Roberts checking in while between gigs.
Yeah.
Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Uma Thurman. It's good. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen this, check out Final Analysis. The network premiere of Final Analysis tonight at a special time. What is this, a clip?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Suppose now you're going to tell me you have feelings.
Oh, please, who cares what the clip is? Stupid clip.
We just did a better job.
Yeah. Final Analysis tonight.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Jakey. You want to hear something funny? You order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD. $10 plus 3 shipping and handling. The price includes...
I thought that was the name you were giving me. $10 plus shipping and handling.
That is the name of the CD. Jackie with the new innovation. He actually gives you the price right in the name.
I love that.
Actually, the album is called $10 plus 3 shipping and handling. It only costs $7. It's $10, 3 shipping and handling. 1-800-323-5464. Get the full Joe Clan catalog with that Friday night, May 27th. Go see him live. Now, as good as the CD is, when you see Jackie live, it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
The Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Okay, Jackie.
Catch the tour.
Yeah. Catch the tour while it's still around. Still going strong after all those years. Before I play Heather Locklear and before we play Guess Who's the Jew, there's a guy from New Orleans who wants to talk about the fact that we're on in Orlando now, by the way. Today's our first day broadcasting into the Orlando market, and he wants to tell us about our competitors there, Ron and Douche. Douche and Douche.
You know those guys, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on in Orlando, and I'm glad of it. I'm here to say to the people of Orlando, for 5 years now, there's been 2 imbeciles ripping me off blatantly and building careers off it.
So much so that now they think you probably are a ripoff of them.
Yeah, but I just want to say I've been doing this for like 15 years, maybe longer.
I think a little longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Howard.
And there's a lot of guys running around the country who sound an awful lot like me, to the point where they even do my bits.
Yeah. I lived in Tampa for about 8 years, and I listened to them, and I thought they were great. And then I moved to New Orleans, and I've been listening to you loyally for about a year.
Thanks.
And I tell you, they don't compare. They shouldn't be said in the same breath as you.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. For so long in Florida, I would have been over the whole country now. It would have been over already.
Mm-hmm.
But the FCC got nervous. When we hit number 1 in Philadelphia and then we hit number 1 in Los Angeles, the FCC comes down and smacks the stations with millions of dollars worth of fines.
Right.
They're practicing communism now. Only certain shows are allowed to flourish, not mine.
Yes, without government approval, you're stymied.
Yeah. And what Ron and Ron's radio history have been, they owned a radio. And they heard my show and they said, well, we could do that somewhere where Howard isn't.
Let's practice.
Yeah.
Ron and Ron.
Yeah, they're
two dinks.
And they're going down the tubes from what I heard. I talked to a friend and I talked about your show all the time and your book and everything to my friends back in Florida. And they used to watch your Channel 9 show. So you have a lot of fans just from that who never saw you on radio. And you got there's a lot of New Yorkers in
Which
Florida.
stuff do they rip off? What do they like? What parts of the show do they like the best?
Well, they do a dream date weekend instead of like a dial a date.
Yeah.
And
it took that. Everyone, most of the disc jockeys seem to like that concept the most.
And they're real. They get into the whole masturbation thing too. Instead of them admitting anything, they get people to call in and like admit masturbation stories.
Oh, they don't want to admit it because they're two happening guys.
Right.
What is
wouldn't
it?
Have to.
Well,
I actually heard them.
Yeah?
I was in Florida like last year, and I actually heard them.
What were you doing in Florida? I tell you not to go there, you idiot.
Vacation.
Oh, really? Oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me on this? I can't hear myself.
No one can hear you.
All right. So I heard them interviewing. I heard them interviewing.
This is Mike Ganji, for those of you tuning in. He's one of our interns. He works for free.
I heard them interviewing some strippers. That's what I heard them ripping off from us.
Well, they just sort of ripped off the whole show. Like, they don't play any music, but they're on a music station, and then they kind of have my attitude.
Sure.
And, they're basically me. They're Howard Sterns.
One of them's even.
Why don't they call it Howard and Howard?
One of them is even a stand-up.
Yeah.
So they even got their Jackie wannabe on the show.
Well, listen, Jackie's no stand-up, and neither is that guy.
That's great.
Jackie's a stand-up. That guy's no stand-up. I never heard of him. You ever hear of him? Ron?
Ron Bennington is his name.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a made-up name, too.
I don't know.
Why don't they just call themselves Howard Stern?
They should.
I don't know why these guys just don't rent my name. Maybe there's some... Remember there was a guy back in the 60s who used to go around calling himself Dan Ingram? There's this famous disc jockey in New York, Dan Ingram. And he used to play records, like in the 60s. So there was some other guy who ran around calling himself Dan Ingram. You figure, well, maybe...
He took the name?
He took the name. Figure, well, maybe if I just take the guy's name, I'll be famous, too. It was, like, really weird, and Dan Ingram had to take him to court and sue him. And, Dan Ingram didn't do anything special but play records and go, hello.
All the people are stealing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still Dan Ingram's name.
This'll work.
But why don't guys like Ron and Brother Weasel and all these guys, why don't they just call themselves Howard Stern? Why don't they just do it? Why waste time? Why not take the whole persona?
Yeah, rather than have to wait for you to come.
It's weird for me, too, because they said to me in Orlando, do you want a tape to hear Ron and Ron? I said, you know what? It bothers me so much to hear somebody stealing my personality that I'd prefer not to hear it. It bothers me. It gets me crazy.
But it would be smart to take your name, because then when you say, well, Howard Stern's coming, no, Howard Stern's already here.
Yeah, he's been here for 5 years. That would be the ultimate.
Yeah.
I could license my name out. Like, Bozo is a different guy in every city.
But the original Bozo owns it, right?
Yeah, he owns the Bozo name.
So they got to rent it from him.
Yeah, he owns the costume and name. So what happened, instead of like some stupid lame-o local guy creating his own stupid clown character,
they all bought Bozo.
Yeah, they're all so lame, they bought Bozo. Now,
it's
most disc jockeys are so lame, they just bought the Howard Stern gig and just named them differently.
Yeah, isn't the whole clown thing that you're supposed to create your own clown character?
Yeah, well, most of these guys are so lame that what they do is they just buy Bozo's character.
Yeah, it's like paint by the numbers.
Yeah.
I am a paint by the numbers clown.
How hard would it be to invent a new clown?
Because Bozo does all the same shtick in every town, like there's the Bozo games that you play.
Yeah.
And so they just got the whole kit.
Yeah.
And they became Bozo.
Well, basically, all these other disc jockeys got the same kit from me, but they didn't pay me for it, and they just used their own names.
They're really ripping you off.
Yeah, because of their big egos, they get to, use their own names, so their moms will be impressed. Hey, we're big stars now. Yeah, in Florida. Talking to a bunch of kids who work at Disneyland. creeps. And they're number one in Orlando, and they've got like they've got like a 16 share of men. Watch that disappear. Like Lanigan had in Cleveland, the one-eyed Cyclops, who we're going to behead with a rowboat when we go to Cleveland.
Yep, new day's coming, boys.
Can't wait till his Playboy wife leaves him. Although I don't know if the Playboy wife still looks like a Playboy playmate.
Yeah, maybe there's no place for her to go.
Yeah.
So, Howard, when's your special going to be on Comedy Central? They had advertised it, and then I went to watch it one time, and it wasn't on. About you.
Oh, I don't know when that'll be on.
Your governorship.
I don't think they're running that. I think they decided not to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I gotta move along.
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.
I don't run other networks. I can't give you a full schedule of anyone's
Of the
network.
Howard Stern showing.
Yeah. I know I'll be on the Tonight Show this week.
And you know the date.
Yes.
They haven't kept it a secret from you.
No, I know when I'm going to be on.
They aren't going to keep you in a sealed room and then say, tonight you're coming.
No, I know what night I'm going on. And I'll announce it
Oh, I wish I knew.
the morning of the night that I'm going on.
Oh, you will. I was thinking you were going to make us guess.
All right, you want to guess? Go ahead.
I won't listen when you say.
Listen, Robin, I got to take a short break. When we come back, I want to replay the Heather Locklear phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was fun. We caught her in bed with Richie. And then I want to play Guess Who's the Jew. And then I
have been thinking a lot about Richie Sambora and Heather Locklear.
Yeah, so it ruined the weekend for me. I think he did so much to her that she couldn't even read those cue cards Saturday night.
She didn't have time to rehearse.
He ruined her. She was all cocky and confident.
I was thinking maybe he'd walk out at some point. You know,
Yeah.
he must have been standing around.
Oh, yeah, he was standing on the side there.
Massaging her shoulders between skits.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh, babe, you were terrific.
All right, well, we'll have all that fun for you right when we come back.
Back with the Howard Stern Show.
I just heard that Roseanne Arnold is now re-divorcing Tom Arnold.
Yes, she filed again on Friday. I was going to tell you that during the news. I didn't know whether you knew or not.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this time she's serious.
And are we supposed to believe that? And the lawyer that she said didn't file the papers properly, he was obviously he did file them properly.
And she has asked for another restraining order against her husband.
Yeah. Anyway, I also see here in the paper that Heather Locklear told Howard Stern that her new squeeze is guitarist Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi. In case you missed the conversation, it happened late in the show. I thought maybe I'd play it here.
Okay.
You know, keep people up on what's going on. You know what I'm saying, Robin?
That's right. The news doesn't come from the newspapers. It comes from this show.
And then when we come back, we'll play Guess Who's the Jew after this phone call. And then also we'll talk about how Paul Harvey has never heard this show. It's a very fascinating story.
And that's the rest of the story.
And that's the rest of the story. I didn't think he was a regular listener, to be quite honest. But let's see if we can get Heather on the phone once again, Robin.
All right.
Heather?
She has to be here.
Heather?
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing on the phone, Heather?
Yeah, why aren't you here? Just get down here. By the way, you'll remember that Ralph was in the studio. The guy.
I was going to say, you got to explain that there was this whole group of guys here.
Yeah. And I threw Ralph out of the room midway through. Ralph's this guy who does my makeup and stuff for TV.
He got way overexcited, didn't he?
And he was ruining it, so I had to throw him out.
Just because she was on the phone.
Yeah. So if you hear some voices you don't recognize, it's Ralph. We got to do the news. By the time we're doing the news, you can be here.
You know what? I would, but...
Come on, I'm going to massage you.
Forget the makeover. I'm going to stay here till Heather gets here.
Yeah, you don't need makeup.
I'm already getting a massage.
Oh, come on over. Come on, you know how I dig you. I talk you up. Come on, don't burn me, honey.
Oh, this whole next week.
You know you love me.
I do.
Yeah, but she's probably going back to California.
Oh, yeah, right.
I am.
Baba Boo, you don't even think clearly.
There's all next week like she lives here.
Yeah.
Flunky. Oh, shut up.
Can't believe... Heather.
Yes?
I can't believe you're dating Richie Sambora. I'm better than him.
Well, you're married.
No, I'm not. Not for you, I'm not. If you're, you know what I like on Melrose Place the best?
What?
I like how, like, you work at this advertising agency, and, you're, like, a very important person at the agency.
Yeah.
But yet, you show up to work in just, like, a sports jacket with almost no dress on underneath.
Yeah!
I mean, this past week's episode, Heather goes to work, and it's like a sports jacket, like a regular sports jacket, but it's like really, it shows off her shape and everything.
With the thong.
Yeah, and then it's like the mini dress doesn't even come below the jacket.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, it's too high.
Hey, Stan, no offense. I don't want to talk about politics. I got Heather here now. You guys go. Hey, Ralph, get out of here.
Go, because you're going to be late.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe Ralph and I will stay here if Heather's coming down.
she's coming down. I'm
Get out
going
of
to
here.
get the hairstyle.
Ralph, get out of here.
Stan Schman, I'm not leaving if Heather's coming.
Howard, why don't you get a shot of you with your arm around Stan so you can do one of those quick flashes when he's...
All right, I'll do that in a minute. I want to talk to Heather.
But he's got to go.
Oh.
But Heather's more important.
I'll call back.
No, you're not.
No, you don't have to go anywhere.
You do anything. Where are you now? In a
Did you
hotel?
do the show from her
Yeah.
hotel?
What are you doing, Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
How many lame sketches did they write for you?
They're really funny.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
You know what it is? They must have the crew stand around and laugh at all the sketches and convince the talent that it's going to be
How else
funny.
do they get them to stay?
Yeah, I mean, but they got Janet Jackson and Heather Locklear. If they can't put together a good show with that, then they suck. They
should just go dark.
They really do suck.
No, it's going to be the funniest show.
I got to tell you something. Stan is funnier than Saturday Night Live. My running mate.
Is she wearing a bathing suit in any of this?
Are you going to wear any outrageous outfits?
Oh, yes.
What are you wearing? All right. What are you going to be wearing?
Well, when they told me some of the skits, it says, and Heather wears a bathing suit and high heels, and Heather wears a bathing suit and high heels, I said, I don't want to do that one, that one, that one, that one. And they go, well, okay, we won't make it a bathing suit, but it's like,
Oh, wear a thong. Go
it's
for it.
kind of like that anyway.
You got it. You've got it. I mean,
That's a pretty funny joke.
You're so friggin' hot. You know that. Hey, I was there for you when, you were doing the swamp thing.
I know. It's scary. I know. No, I know.
And you're always saying I'm funny and stuff.
I'm always mentioning your name. Thank you.
But if you were dating Richie, I think I could get you. I think you're obtainable.
I am.
And what's your story? Are you like a party girl? Yeah. I saw that on TV the other night, that Heather's a party girl.
Yeah, they were talking about all the women of television or something.
Yeah, no, because they keep using the same... What are you watching, hard copy?
Yeah.
Of course.
Me too.
That's our news.
I have to watch it. They keep doing stories on me.
I know, I think I'm on again.
But, the thing is, whenever I watch it, I get the impression, like, if I could date Heather, it would be like she'd be sick of me in 2 days because I don't go out a lot.
If she's dating Richie Sambora, she'd definitely date you.
She would, right? Am I better looking than Richie?
You know what,
I'm not just saying that.
I think I got a better physique.
Ralph thinks she'd then date him.
Yeah, well, Ralph's not going to get her. But seriously, don't you think I am?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Richie, and does he always wear that cowboy hat when you?
I don't mean to put Richie down. Richie's a friend. I like Richie.
No, he's cool.
a good guitar player, but. Ralph, get out of here.
That Richie Sambora is better, or you're better looking than Richie Sambora?
I think Ralph just said I'm a better guitar player than Richie Sambora. Ralph kisses my ass better than no man alive.
I'm not kissing your ass. I just think.
Has he ever seen Richie?
You're not going to date Tico Torres, are you? Because if you start dating him, I'm going to hang myself. You are so friggin' cute. I can't imagine.
What is it with you and the rock and roll guys?
I don't know.
She's into it.
Like you love musicians, don't you?
No,
I'm a musician. But I'm like a musician. I got the hair.
You're like one.
Yeah. But I'm almost. It's like being with a musician. Show business is so weird. Any guy who has any kind of show business thing happening thinks he can get Heather.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret to your success. I was discussing you this morning.
Yes.
And I said, it's not that, like, Heather is the most beautiful girl on TV, but why do I find her the most attractive?
That you have to watch her.
She must be a great actress. I gave an interview. I said, you were my favorite actress. You're the best actress on television. In movies, too, and you're not even in movies. And
best actress around today.
Yeah, you are today's best actress. And why do I say that? I say, of all the beautiful women you see on TV...
Why can you not miss an episode?
Right.
Well...
That must mean you're a great actress.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's what it means.
Because look on Melrose Place. You know the redhead? What's her name?
Laura Layton.
Yeah, the one who plays Sydney.
Yeah, she's great.
Beautiful woman, right?
Mm.
By all means, she is very beautiful.
But you're always talking about Heather.
Yeah. So what does that mean? That she's a sucky actress and you're good.
There's all those beautiful girls on Baywatch, but Howard doesn't see every episode of that show.
Oh.
Yeah, I could miss that. Hey, are you dating... You were dating that blonde-haired guy that plays your love interest, right? What's that guy's name?
Grant Show.
Grant?
Yeah, didn't you get it on with him?
No, Laura and Grant are dating.
Yeah, but you got it on
I
with
would
him.
have if she didn't, like, move in.
When you and Tommy Lee broke up, you ran into his arms, didn't you?
No, I didn't run into anyone's
was it
arms.
Andrew Shue, then?
Oh, you dated Andrew Shue?
Oh, and never.
He's goofy. He's got a goofy, weird mouth.
You know what? I saw him on one of those shows the other day.
He's like a pussy.
Talking about basketball.
I am. What?
I saw him on one of those shows the other day talking about basketball.
No, yeah.
Oh, right.
Soccer.
No, he was at the Knicks game.
Right, he was.
And he's just sort of weird and
he's got
stupid.
that goofy look. Yeah, he's like real dopey looking.
Hey, come on down here right now. We'll tongue kiss. Come on down here. I'll give you a little rub down. I want to just squeeze you. I want to squeeze your buttocks. Come on down here. Come on, we'll have some fun.
Well, maybe a little. Maybe off the air.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Somebody faxed us that you were in a car with Richie the other day.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You were making out with Richie in New Jersey. I can't believe that.
That's not right. You should be in a
You should be in a nice car, at least. Were you in a car kissing him?
When? Probably.
You were, right? You really like him, huh? So he's your boyfriend?
He's
at the time.
He's there.
He's there, huh?
Here.
So you're just using him.
Oh, she's fun.
Yeah,
man.
What a
yeah,
girl.
that's my style.
Hey, Ralph, can you shut up? Every minute.
What a girl.
What a girl.
You're better looking than him, Howard.
You're nobody,
Doesn't
Ralph.
matter who you mention. Mel Gibson. You're better looking than him.
Is Richie there with you now?
Could be.
Oh.
Really? Put him on the phone.
Let me speak to him.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. Richie's there.
Howard.
Richie, you dog. Oh, man. Hey, bud. What is this?
You're so crazy, Richie.
You lucky bastard.
I'm very lucky.
Wow, how is she?
She's a wonderful woman.
Oh.
I can't believe you're there.
Hi, Robin.
I can't believe you're there.
How's it going?
Oh, is this guy?
You're a maniac.
Richie, I'm better looking than you, aren't I?
No.
I'm not.
Definitely, Howard.
Been.
Well, you know how to do it, huh, my friend?
Well, we just met and we're having a great time.
Mail me her underwear.
Yes.
Where you guys? Hey, off the air, I want to find out where you guys are staying. I want to come up and see you guys. I want to party with you. What's Heather wearing right now? What do you got her in?
Richie, you're such a crazy man.
You are a dog, man.
Oh, I'm having a great time.
Look at you. Look at you.
Hey,
wait a minute.
see, the last time I saw you, you asked me who I was dating, didn't you?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. But,
it was going on
man.
then?
Yeah.
And when you're with her, like she's like, oh, I hate Tommy Lee now. You're really giving it to me good, right? Right?
Easy.
Ever was.
Steady.
I bet you forgot about Cher now. You're not crying over her.
Steady.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Meanwhile, your partner, John Bon Jovi's doing midnight feedings with the baby. And you're in bed with Heather Locklear. Oh, man.
I never knew you had this in you.
Is she very loving?
She's wonderful.
Really? Is she like a very romantic person?
Yes.
And like, even though she's so good looking, she still feels that she has to please a man? I mean, in other words...
Yeah, she's a very good woman.
In other words, if you say, please put on an outfit or something, she'll do that.
Yes, she's a very good woman.
Oh, man. She's blonde all over?
Take it easy, Howard.
All right, okay.
Richie, I got to ask one question. When you were in high school,
yes.
You never dreamed.
Of course not.
Is this the best advertisement for guitar lessons?
Absolutely. If anybody needs guitar lessons.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, seriously.
Everybody needs guitar lessons.
Every kid needs guitar lessons. Look at you, man. So how long you been dating her?
A couple months.
How did it happen? Where'd you meet her?
We just kind of ran into each other in New York.
Yeah.
And so how do you make the move?
We just talked, just kind of happened by something.
And that night you got her?
No.
Took you a couple of weeks?
No.
But you were kissing her
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. We're having a very good time.
What's it like when she puts her hands in your pants?
Oh.
What the hell is that like? If you share that with my audience, please.
Howard, you know something? You wish you were my penis. I'll tell you, Howard. Okay?
I sure do. Let me say goodbye to Heather. That's enough. Let me talk to Heather.
Bye, Howard.
All right, I'll see you, Richie.
You're my favorite.
Hey, you're my favorite. You're my hero. I worship you. Oh, are they done?
Okay.
You finished with me?
No, he said I was his favorite, and now you're his favorite?
I don't know. I mean, I just can't believe it. I know him. I know. And
we've known him for a long time.
And listen to me. He's a rotten dog. He's going to dump you. I'm telling you. He's not going to treat you right. He's going to use you up, and then he's going to move on.
How are you doing this?
Because I can't stand it.
This could be true love.
No, it's not. Look at you. You better come do my show.
I'll come do your show.
Come on. What's the matter with you?
Pardon me?
What's the matter with you? Come in here.
I'll come in.
All right. Go back to Richie. Rich. Hey, the guy's a grown man. You tell him to call himself Richard. Richie. Oh, I'm hostile.
You know, it's always with the ease with Heather. Richie,
I know.
Tommy.
How much you weigh?
That's very strange.
Hey, Richie, Tommy, Howie. Stay around till Monday and come in and see me.
Okay, maybe I'll do that.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
Really? Seriously?
Seriously.
All right, I really appreciate that.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for the weekend to be over.
We'll be watching you Saturday night.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
What are you going to wear? What do you I love those little dresses you wear, the little skirt, like it's one piece. What do you call that, a dress?
Yeah, one piece would be a dress, yeah.
You mean
tight.
suits? The suits?
No, not the suits. I don't know. You just wear like tight, like super tight outfits. How much you weigh?
105.
That's a great weight. All right, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to stay in the studio over the week. I'm going to sit here till Monday.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for you.
Okay.
He doesn't want to miss you.
Please. All right, Heather. Go back to Richie.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Ugh. She said Richie. Hard to believe. It's not right. That fouls her. Because Richie will foul her. Richie will vomit on her, I bet.
Oh.
He'll treat her like a dog. I would treat her good.
I think he's good to his women. Cher still likes him.
Yeah.
They're still friends. He's one of those guys who also leaves friends.
Yeah, like he breaks up with their friends.
Yeah.
Women hated me after I broke up with them. You're breaking up with me? F you. Some guys know how to play it in life. Boy, how would my weekend have been different had I spent it with Heather? You think I'd have eye pain?
You didn't say you had eye pain today.
I always have eye pain. I don't know, I used to have sex every once in a blue moon when I was single. And then they'd have sex with me, and after that, not only would they hate me, they'd hate themselves. Hate everything about life.
They'd hate sex.
Yeah, called lesbian. But what's weird is she's in town. I think she's doing Letterman or something.
Yeah, she's doing Letterman tonight.
But she couldn't. Then she called back and said she was going to come in today, and then all of a sudden she can't come in because she has to meet with some agent who she's had this appointment with for months. And I'm like,
but what time did that appointment have been?
You met with an agent at 7:00 in the morning, dude.
That's the lamest excuse anybody's ever given.
Yeah. You know, when she was nothing, she was doing Swamp Thing. I had her in here. No one wanted to interview her. You know, you come in here, you do a payback in this business.
She was ice cold, Howard.
Yeah. But no, she can't show up here. See, that ain't right. And then that's what, you know what? She spent the whole week in the sack with Richie, didn't rehearse her Saturday Night Live, and meanwhile she was reading off those cue cards and making mistakes the whole Saturday night.
I kept saying, who in the audience is she talking to? I thought she was supposed to be acting with the people on stage.
Anybody who does Saturday Night Live must want career suicide. I've now figured that out. It makes you look so bad. I mean, not only the bits unfunny, but just the whole thing of reading off. They ought to pre-tape that thing. It shouldn't be live anymore. You should just call it Saturday Night Live and make it canned.
Yeah, apparently people can't do live TV.
Yeah. It proves that I am the greatest actor in the world. Because now I see what acting is about. They must do like 900 takes or something.
To get it right?
Yeah. As you watch Saturday Night Live, everyone's screwing up, can barely talk, can't find their place in the script. Mike Myers is staring off into one direction. He's having a conversation, staring off into one direction while she's staring off in another direction. They call that Saturday Night Live eyes.
It's like everybody has a problem focusing on the object they'd like to see.
Eyes are going all over the place, but into the camera. With everyone turning their head, reading off the script. I don't know why the cast members can't memorize their script.
Oh, honey, I love you.
Yeah. Why can't the cast members memorize? I mean, their full-time job.
They could be prepared.
It's not like they're in every sketch, and also a lot of those people don't get in any sketches. You think they'd want to shine when they finally get in one. Even those girls.
Was what was great about the old show when it first came on. At least the guys who did the show every day were prepared.
Dan Aykroyd once yelled at Frank Zappa because Frank Zappa laughed during a sketch and broke the illusion. He would actually he wouldn't talk to him for the rest of his life. That's how serious Dan Aykroyd took it.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard to believe, based on the movies.
Today.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but I thought there were teleprompters.
Well, there are teleprompters in some cases, but in others, obviously, there were cue cards.
Right. They should paint the script on the audience's foreheads, and therefore everyone could at least each head would have the script on it. I don't know, man. It was, I said, man, they got a show with Heather Locklear. They don't get her into one bathing suit. Janet Jackson does 2 songs that suck. She's showing off that belly of hers like there's some kind of...
Is Janet Jackson, was she singing or dancing? I couldn't decide what that was.
She was lip-syncing on the first song.
Yeah, but, there was hardly any singing in it.
Yeah, what was that?
You were watching her dance.
Yeah, it sounded like an aerobics class. It was like a Madonna song or something.
I thought it was a Pepsi commercial or something.
So that's what it was. She was holding a bottle of Pepsi. Then Heather's not even wearing anything sexy. Like they did a sketch. I don't know if you saw it. Like Heather's in a bar and she's looking at Kevin Nealon and they're staring at each other longingly. That should have taken place on a beach in a chaise lounge with Heather in a bikini and him in a bathing suit.
The one thing she did was she supposedly slipped off her bra.
Yeah,
but, it was just an awful dress, and you couldn't see Heather.
Yeah, I want more Heather.
I could see more of Kevin Nealon.
Yeah. I don't want to tune on my TV and see when Heather Locklear is the guest star, and I'm seeing Kevin Nealon's bad rug staring me in the face. Give me Heather. Actually, it's a pretty good rug. I didn't know it until...
Well, no. You know what?
Tipped me off.
It's a good rug in the front.
Yeah.
But anytime he turns to the side, the hair just keeps going straight out.
Yeah, they always look like garage open doors.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't tell because, I would never know he was wearing a rug.
No, they have really... No, he had a worse rug.
Did he?
They fixed this one. It's a much better rug than he was wearing last year, yes. But it still looks bad in the back.
Yeah. Maybe that's why you never see the back of his head. I can't understand why some other network just doesn't mount a comedy show, even a halfway decent one against them, and take away all those advertising dollars.
I think that somebody's going to try.
But I'm real disappointed in Heather not showing up. You know, Gary? That's a major burn.
I thought she'd be here. She seemed to be having a great time. By the way, I thought Kevin Nealon's... I didn't think that was a rug. I thought it was plugs, because I saw it up close one time.
Yeah.
And it looked like a field of corn.
Really?
Yeah, the hair came out.
He might have tried that at some point.
See, I think his wig, they make like a field of corn to make it look like he has hair transplant.
They're really trying to throw you off.
Right. See?
Yeah, the rug that looked like a hair transplant.
Yeah, that way at least it looks like a hair transplant.
Strategy.
Maybe it's like Scott, he just doesn't wash it.
Oh, bugs.
Hey, listen, Robert, let me take a break. We'll do a little Guess Who's the Jew. We got a good package to give away, so Kurt Voltheim's going to stop in for a second. And then we'll do a little news.
We can talk to Boston's Bozo.
Oh, is he on the phone?
Yeah, we can get him.
What did he called in for?
Yeah.
He owns the Boston franchise for Bozo?
Well, he said he didn't have to buy a franchise, just that he's the TV Bozo for Boston.
Well, maybe the TV station buys it.
Yeah, you want to learn about it?
Yeah.
All right, well, when we come back, we'll do Kurt Voltheim and Bozo. Kurt Voltheim meets Bozo when we come back.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right. We're back all right. Gee, I just had something important to tell you, and then I finally get back on, and I forget.
Got to keep those notes.
Yeah.
Takes a long time to get back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, somewhere in those commercials, I was in the can, and I heard Jay Leno. But boy, they're promoting this New York appearance.
Yes, I was listening to that commercial.
And then Jay goes, "It's a nonstop party." And I was like, anytime you got to say it's a nonstop party, it isn't. Right. You know what I mean?
In all of the, I was reading the articles, too. In all of the articles, he says that now he's having fun.
Yeah.
He wasn't having fun before.
But before he was saying he was having fun.
Yeah, he was lying then, too.
I don't think he's telling the truth.
But now we're supposed to believe him.
I don't think he's having fun at all.
No fun.
None. It's not fun when every night the ratings, you get your ass kicked by David Letterman and Carson shows up on Letterman.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Letterman's a great story. It's the kind of story America loves. But now we just have to knuckle down. And I'm now having fun.
Let's knuckle down and have a party.
Jay, are you really having fun or not?
I finally figured out why Johnny hates me.
Why?
Because once, without thinking, I was a guest on his show. and I accidentally played Connect the Dots with his liver spots.
I see. Well, that might have had something to do with it. To tell you the truth. I guess you had all show to think about that, huh?
Oh.
Very good. Well, good luck, Jay, with your first week in New York.
Thanks, and I don't need that old bastard.
I bet you don't. And I like your new attitude.
Yeah, the new competitive spirit, the new ruthless Jay. I'm having my front teeth separated with a crowbar so I can look more like Letterman.
There you go. And you got to do more racy jokes.
Oh, Jackie, I got a great nigger joke for you.
Oh,
see that?
I was going to say, you say racy, he immediately thinks racist.
Right. No, I said racy.
Oh.
Not racist.
I take that back, Jackie.
That's Jackie's material. Great new nigger joke.
Let me
You can't
tell
say
you
that.
that in the bathroom, Jackie.
Hey, as long as we're being racy here.
2 Jews walked into an oven.
Yeah. Jay, do you really think that that's the way to win the audience? Maybe it is. It's winning me over.
I'm knuckling down. That's what we call knuckling down.
Hey, I got Boston's Bozo on the phone just for a quick second since we were talking about
Maybe Jay
it.
can get some tips from him.
Yeah.
Spicks love nigger jokes.
Come on, Jay.
Oh, come on. I'm in New York. I might as well start doing that kind of thing.
Is this Boston's Bozo?
It sure is, Howard. How you doing this morning?
Hey, how you doing? You sound like an angry clown.
Well, we can give you the Bozo voice if you'd like.
Yeah, let me hear your Bozo voice.
Well, howdy, pals. It's your old pal Bozo. And let me ask you a quick question there, Howard. How do you make a handkerchief dance?
How?
You put a little boogie in it.
You know what? You know what's funny? I remember the Bozo I had in New York. And this guy doesn't sound...
What Bozo was he?
This guy sounds more like John Wayne Gacy. You know? That's what I'm saying. But this is a different... You see, that's when you travel from town to town...
You get a different Bozo.
I saw... I was in Sarasota, Florida. I saw Sarasota's Bozo. It was actually working out of Tampa. And quite frankly, I was heading for the hills.
Actually, Howard.
Yeah.
The original voice, Larry Harmon, who's from Manhattan, sounds a lot like Ronnie Reagan. And when I first got the Bozo job about 2 years ago, that's the voice I started with because I do a lot of voices for a Boston radio station as well. And the people up at Fox 64, the Fox affiliate, which broadcast Bozo up in New England, they said they wanted me to soften the voice.
Yeah, well, listen to me.
Yeah.
The thing I don't get is, like, you would think, like, in Boston, which is a pretty major city, they would just hire some clown character.
Right.
And create some junk around.
And create a new... I said, like, the Ron and Ron show in Orlando is like they took the Howard Stern character and just called him Ron and Ron. So why not take
Bozo.
the Bozo... Like, why take Bozo? Why not just get a clown to host the show? Why do you guys... What do you have to do? You have to pay Larry Harmon a whole bunch of money?
Yeah, they pay him a lot of money to broadcast the rights on television up there.
And what do you get for all that money?
Yeah, like, what do you get? I mean, you get his Bozo outfit and
Yeah,
stuff.
you get the Bozo hair, the Bozo nose, the big shoes.
Yeah.
And
yeah, go ahead.
And there's the trademark face, which has all these wrinkles all over it.
Right, and then, are there any black Bozos?
Actually, I auditioned. When I auditioned for the part, I went against a black woman.
Really? A black woman?
Yeah. And her name was Robin something, but I'm not sure what.
It wasn't me.
Hey, Robin, were you auditioning for
It was
Bozo?
not me.
She wants out.
She's always trying to get out behind my back. I won't let her go.
I'll even be Bozo.
Yeah, she'd rather be Bozo than work with me.
Well, you know Bozo's alter ego is, don't you?
Who?
It's the character there on The Simpsons there, Krusty the Clown. Dan Castellaneta created Krusty from Bozo.
Oh, really?
Oh, boy, it's Krusty the Clown.
I always thought the black Bozo would be Brozo. Hey, I'm Brozo.
How come he can't be Bozo?
Yozo. Hey, Yozo.
Where we at?
Where the white women at?
Who I'm in bed with.
Jackie has a character. If any TV stations want to hire him, he does a Boozo.
Boozo?
Yeah, he just drinks. He's a drunken clown.
Hi, everybody.
It's Bozo. More Heine.
You got him, drink him.
Give me a picture of Jack Daniels.
You said he drinks a lot?
Yeah.
Or you can call him Shakespeare Clown, or is that Ted Kennedy?
Hey, Bozo.
Yeah.
So what happens? You
They give you all the stuff.
And do they give you...
show you what the face is supposed to look like?
Yeah, and do they give you, like, Bozo shtick to do?
Bozo's chick, which is like Jiminy Kazooks or Wowie Kazowie or...
Oh, so those are all trademark Bozo words.
You got it.
Yeah.
And as far as the laugh has to be up there, too. It has to be that real deep laugher.
Oh, yeah?
The
Does Larry Harmon have to approve of you himself?
He did. I trained under Larry in Manhattan.
How long is that training session?
It's supposed to be like 3 months, but mine was a crash course because the previous Bozo went AWOL, so they had to get me in a hurry.
3 months. So in other words, you're saying you can actually learn it in 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not from the Saturday Night Live cast.
Hey, if anybody is willing, I would like to be Bozo for the day. And I don't want to tell anyone I'm doing it.
You just want to make a guest appearance and see what happens? See if people can tell you're a different guy?
Yeah. Can you talk to the people up at your station? And what I want to do is to slip into the makeup and stuff and go out there and see if anyone can tell the difference.
The only problem there would be, how tall are you, Howard?
6'5".
I'm about 5'8", so...
You need a tall boy.
I still don't think they'd know the difference.
They probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't think I'll need a 3-month training session with Larry Harmon. You could learn the violin in 3 months, let alone
Let me hear you do that laugh.
Let me hear the laugh again.
Okay, let's see if you can do this right, Howard. Here we go. Hey, that's good.
Oh, come on.
That is. That's Larry Harmon's laugh.
3 months that took me.
Yeah, but the point is, when do you use it? When do you pull it out?
I think when something funny happens, which is never.
You're all screwed.
Or Bozo After Dark.
And this Bozo has a Boston accent.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
Jack.
Yes, that might be me.
Kids, let's get in the cat and see if we can't have some fun and games.
Well,
yes.
Salsa
bottle.
Yeah, where's the salsa bottle?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Maybe.
Well, why couldn't the station just hire a clown or some other clown to do a kid's show?
You could have created a clown.
Yeah.
I'd say right now I could. They could come up with it. In the early going, you don't know that, but there's definitely a market for it out there.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling in, though.
Okay.
All right, Bozo.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Is that supposed to be Bozo?
No, that's supposed to be Bobcat.
Oh. Oh, was that supposed to be Bobcat?
Yeah.
We should have interviewed him as Bozo.
Yeah, don't break character.
It's kind of disturbing to kids to hear that voice attached to... Hey, how you doing? Hey, Bozo, you there?
I'm still here.
Let me hear the Bozo voice.
Howdy, pals. It's your old pal Bozo. And just remember what your old pal Bozo always says. Just keep laughing.
Hey, what do they pay you for that?
It's not bad. It's not a full-time gig.
Is it $100,000?
No, not even close.
50?
Lower.
30.
There you go.
30. How many tapings you got to do a day?
Just 2 a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just the weekend thing, right?
Oh, an extra 30 G's?
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Not bad for putting up with those little brats.
But thank God that you're not on in the morning up in Boston, because I'd be competing against you.
Yeah.
Working in I won't say the call letters, but...
Oh, you work at a radio station?
Yeah.
What station are you at?
WCGY.
What is that?
That's a rock and roll station. And I'll tell you, the station that you broadcast up in Boston at nighttime, they could use you in the morning. Locklear doesn't have it, Howard. You'd blow everyone away.
Let me tell you something. That's easy for you to say. Bozo.
Well,
I like Charles. I think he's good.
Yeah, he's good, but he's getting old.
But, hey, so am I.
Nah.
Thanks.
Nah.
What happened to the last Bozo? He just took off?
Yeah, he just took off. He went to France or something, or French Foreign Legion, I think.
He couldn't take it anymore. He met some broad in France and ran off with her.
He just couldn't stand being in that makeup anymore.
Nose got stuck.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Why did he run off to France?
Supposedly there was, like Robin said, there was some woman over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think in Wee Magazine he spotted her and he took off.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we don't know if that's true or not, so in all deference to Bozo.
Yes, we don't want to besmirch his good name.
Although if you can network that Bozo gig into getting a Wee Magazine girl, I'll say God bless you.
You put on that makeup.
Yeah, more power to you. All right, thank you, dude.
Okay, Howard, take care.
That's Bozo,
right.
everyone.
I'll see you around like a donut.
Okay.
All right, so on like a hot dog.
Hire a new writer.
He's the old Bozo stuff, Howard.
Bozo packages that to you.
You know what's funny? I used to know the daughter of the Bozo in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And she never used her father's stage name because she didn't want anybody to know her father was Bozo.
Squeaky.
She was very embarrassed.
Think Bozo could get like a Heather Locklear?
No.
Wouldn't it be funny if like someone faxed us and said last night out in Asbury Park, New Jersey, we saw Bozo making out with Heather Locklear in a car?
That would be great.
Like in his full clown outfit.
He's running her fingers through his red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that big fluffy outfit on.
I don't know. I fell in love with Bozo from Boston.
And the floppy shoes.
$30,000. That's hardly enough to replace your nose if it gets broken. I'll take 2 rubber noses at 15 G's a piece. That's a pretty good deal, though. $30,000 for just taping 2 shows a week? 2 Bozos? I mean, how tough can that be? I mean, the toughest part is getting into the makeup.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
I think they got to put a stocking on your head and pull your skin back. Put the wig on. An extra $30,000 just for doing 2 days a week? Yeah, I'll take
why
that.
would the station shell out all that money for Bozo? Is that such a draw? That
I don't know.
Bozo name?
I don't know. I don't know. Personally, I could see any clown doing that.
Yeah.
If it's embarrassing enough to be a clown, you'd think you'd at least want to
do your own
identity.
thing. Right?
Yeah, like sort of like create some of your own stuff.
A copycat clown.
Well, maybe you can take that Bozo persona and make it your own.
My Bozo's
add your
the
own
best.
nuances.
Yeah, there's nuances in each market. I saw the Sarasota Bozo, and he just took the thing and went a whole different direction.
Is that right?
Yeah. After he chopped up the kids and buried them, he did a neat little song and dance number.
A little Bozo mixed with John Wayne Gacy.
And he wore a little biffy top so that his belly button was exposed. It's kind of the sexy Bozo.
Expose that navel.
After he handcuffed the little boys and girls to the table. Hey, kids.
You're dead.
Hey, anyway, you want to give away the thing? Oh, I got to take a break. Let's give away the thing and then do the news.
What thing?
We got some kind of prize package to give away. And by the way, for those of you first tuning in Orlando, if this is your first show with us, we hardly ever get anything to give away. This is like really rare. But we'll play Guess Who's the Jew. What's the prize package we'll be playing for? Fafafui?
Coming, fool. It's 2 tickets to go see the Tough Man World Championships at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas.
We fly you to Vegas.
Round trip airfare for 2 to Vegas, and 2 days, 2 nights hotel accommodations.
Do you have to go to the Tough Man competition once you get there?
There's tickets if you don't have to go. No one can make you do anything.
So essentially this is a
trip to Vegas?
Trip to Vegas. Plus, I mean, the Tough Man competition is cool.
It is very exciting.
It really is. It's like regular street guys just beating the piss out of each other.
Yeah, you see blood and everything. It's real stuff.
Yeah, not just black guys, white guys, too.
You see white guys actually beating up black guys.
Yeah, and winning.
Imagine that.
Last year's winner.
With real blood.
Last year's winner was like this, I think guy had to be like 350 pounds, and he had these little tiny legs. Yeah. And he didn't look very agile, but he ended up beating everybody up.
Hey, that sounds like you're describing Billy West.
He doesn't look very agile either, but...
300 pounds and little tiny legs.
Oh.
Well, anyway...
Make it over to you.
Tough Man's on pay-per-view May 20th.
All right, let me take a break. We'll give away the trip to Vegas. Let's give it to someone from Vegas. No, we'll do it like for like... I guess, I don't know, one of the
We can do it from any market, but the winner has to be 21 to win.
All right.
Oh, that's different. Oh. So that means Jerry Seinfeld's girlfriend can't play.
Not for a couple of years.
No. All right, let's take a break, Rob, and we'll be right back. There's a really good movie on TV tonight. I bet you a lot of people haven't seen it, because it was one of those movies that I didn't discover until it was in video. It's called Final Analysis. Was this ever in the theaters?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
I saw it on the big screen.
I love this movie.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I love
it's really
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman, Kim Basinger.
Which is it, Basinger or Basinger?
Her name is, she wants to be called Basinger.
Because I was saying that, and you kept correcting me and saying Basinger.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what to say.
Basinger.
And you know what else is really good in this movie? To play in a kook? Eric Roberts.
Yes, actually, he's all buffed up. He's pumped up.
Do you really think that he's acting when he plays a kook? I don't know. That guy...
Well, this kind of kook is like a real vicious kook. I hope he's not vicious.
He's a kook in every movie. I'm starting to wonder if they just say, hey, just get us a real kook.
No. Haven't you seen his series? What is that karate stuff he does?
Best of the Best.
That's right. He's got a kook in that.
1 through 5.
I was offered a role in Best of the Best 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was a smart career move turning that down.
Yeah, the first one was the best one.
That was unexpected. I was supposed to play a a crooked nightclub owner or something. Yeah, who was like a crooked boxing. He also had a boxing thing going on.
Right, because there's always some like secret organization where they have secret karate fights that are illegal.
Yeah, illegal karate fights. Like people and these rich people who have millions of dollars come and bet their life savings
and then
on them.
Guys come in and kill themselves in front of them.
Yeah, and then I guess they dumped a dead body somewhere.
Why is every karate movie about the illegal karate fight?
And when I read the Best of the Best 2 script, I said, well, it's no different than any other karate movie. This guy's dying. Anyway, this is a really good movie. It's on NBC tonight. Final Analysis, the network premiere of Final Analysis tonight at a special time, 8:30 Eastern. Usually the movies start at 9, but they're starting this one at 8:30. 7:30 Central, only on NBC. You're really going to like this one. Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, and Uma Thurman. Good morning, everyone. A special hello to our new friends in Orlando, Florida. New radio market for us. Happy to be here. We like Orlando. We think. Here's another fact. Say, Howard, I don't think I was dreaming, but last night on Channel 2, CBS, there was a movie called My Breast, and they showed Meredith Baxter's breast being examined by a doctor. Yeah, evidently that's okay as long as it's a breast with cancer. But that was let's remind everyone, that was a healthy breast pretending to have cancer. How come that's allowed to be seen?
So you saw a real breast, a healthy breast.
Where are the FCC fines on that? Why if I talk about breast, I'm fined over $1 million? I
don't hear Terry Ricolta screaming.
Yeah.
You know, she screams about naked aliens, but not a real breast.
Yeah, she didn't like the idea that Sequest had a naked alien. That freaked her out. But I guess the breast is okay as long as it's someone serious about their breasts. And Meredith Baxter, turns out, has a D cup at least.
She wasn't smiling when she revealed it.
These things are huge.
Did you see it, Howard?
No, I want to see it. Can we get a copy of that?
Yeah, if anybody has a copy of it.
Yeah, we just want to fast forward to that.
And just cue it up. Don't even give us the whole thing.
Yeah, we're not interested in the rest.
You don't want to see the movie My Breast.
Yeah, we don't need to be depressed. I got to watch that Joan Rivers thing when I get home. I got that on tape. To check that out. Or Melissa pretending that, Edgar just died.
They're pretending to play characters. I saw them on Sally Jesse Raphael being interviewed about this whole thing. And Sally says, is it hard playing yourself? And Melissa says, well, I looked at it as a character.
But it was myself. The character, Melissa.
was Melissa.
Melissa, that's you. All right. Hey, let me say hello to a good friend who we haven't talked to in a while, Kurt Voltheim Jr. Come on out, Kurt.
Guten Tag, wie geht's Ihnen heute? Hello, Orlando. I will be down there a little bit later. By the way, you didn't see Meredith Baxter's breast?
What was that?
You didn't see Meredith Baxter's breast?
What do you mean I didn't see it? No, I didn't see it, right.
Would you like to see it?
Sure.
Here it is.
Oh, you have. Hey, by the way, between Kurt Voltheim Jr. and the retarded discussion this morning, I'm sure Orlando was already making moves to get us off the air.
Well, we'll try and make that happen for you.
Yeah.
Hello, Mix, Bix, Dagos, Kikes, Guineas, Waps.
Here he goes.
Gooks. Did I leave anybody out?
You left out the blacks.
Oh, yes. Darkies. But
anyway,
we're going to get to them. They're in that tough man competition that we're giving tickets away to.
All right, we're going to play Guess Who's the Jew. Now, let me, what I'm going to do this morning, because we have so many markets and we don't want to leave anyone out, Robin, I have a wheel here that I'm going to spin.
You're going to use the wheel.
And this will determine who is going to play. Last time we spoke to Kurt Voltheim Jr. was Adolf Hitler's birthday.
Yeah.
And we played the game Guess Who's the Jew then.
Yes, we did. As a matter of fact, I didn't tell you we made Jewsicles that day.
Oh.
I mean, what you do is you take a Jew, you put
Kurt,
him in...
could you try to sound more German and less like Fred?
What?
I said, okay,
What happened to the accent?
Yeah, what happened to the accent here?
I was trying.
All right. You don't have to talk that fast.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. I'm going to spin the wheel.
Is Orlando represented? Do we have a phone line?
No.
Oh.
So Orlando can't play.
They can't play. I'm
They can certainly listen in, though. They don't want to go to Vegas.
It's fun to hear somebody else. Knowing you had no chance.
Kurt Voltheim, you claim you're not a Nazi.
I am not a Nazi.
Ooh, look who gets to play.
Who?
Dallas.
Oh.
Dallas. Let's go to Dallas, Texas, where they can win a trip to Vegas to see the Tough Man competition and to spend some time in Las Vegas.
I'll also throw in a barbecue.
What's that?
That's where you barbecue your Yiddish friends. It's a little grill that you put them on.
All right. Kurt, you're really going over big today.
I'm sorry.
Barbecue. That's a barbecue.
Barbecue to you.
All right, Dallas. Hello. Yes.
Hello, Howard.
Now, are you Jewish?
No.
All right, that's good. Do you know Jews down there in Dallas?
Yeah.
Do you like Jews?
Well, they're all right.
Can you talk normally?
Sure.
All right. Is that were you putting on a voice?
No.
Oh, you mean this is how you talk?
This is how I talk. This is me.
So you don't have any hatred toward the Jews, but you don't feel all that great about them either.
No, I can take them or leave them.
Ride them out of town on a rail, would you?
Nah.
Now, in other words, you don't. But did you ever work for Jews or?
I work for 2 of them.
You do.
You bet.
You do now.
Yes.
And do you ever get mad at them?
Oh, sure, occasionally.
And
do you refer to their Jewishness when you get mad?
Not to them.
I mean, nobody knows who you are. It's okay. You can tell us what you think. I mean, do you ever see things that you don't like in them?
Sure.
Like what?
Their temperaments.
Their cheapness, their clanniness.
No, I didn't ask you, Kurt.
I'm sorry, I was trying to help him.
I'm just saying that do you ever say, hey, I don't like my boss because he's a Jew?
No.
I see.
No.
Do they have big noses, your bosses?
It's pretty good size.
Good size, yeah.
It's normal Jewish size.
Bigger than a cowboy boot?
No cowboy boots.
How many gallons?
Normal Jewish thighs?
I don't know.
So when you say that you like Jews,
well, he said he could take them or leave them.
right? So it doesn't bother you. So like when you get mad at them, once in a while though, you probably say, "Oh, my boss is so cheap, big nose, cheap Jew."
Well, no, I don't refer to their nose when I say that. No.
Do you think they pay you enough?
No.
Do you ever say, "Oh boy, that's because they like to hold on to their money"?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes you do say that.
Yes.
I see. All right, at least you're honest. Do your bosses sue a lot of people? The Jews like to sue, don't they?
No, not that I'm aware of. They're pretty good guys.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. All right. Well, there you go. There's some racial harmony, Robin.
For Jews.
They're good guys.
Right, Bubba?
Right, Bubba.
That's right.
And what are you, by the way? What is your background?
Such as what?
Your
religion.
My religion, Baptist.
Oh, Baptist. A very good religion. Very good religion.
That's all that's in the South, just about.
Oh yeah, I think you guys are onto the real thing.
Could be.
I think you guys pray to the real God.
Were you dunked in the water, or did they just sprinkle some on your head?
No. They dunked us down in the water.
Should have drowned them.
Well, they keep holding you down there till you believe.
I see.
Right. When you believe, they bring you back up.
When you start turning blue, you start to believe.
Right.
That's right.
All right. Well, let me get an idea of sort of where you're at. Rank these people for me in order of who you like the best. We'll throw in 4 categories: Jews, Chicanos, blacks, Asians. Now, who do you like the least?
Who do I like the least?
Asians, blacks, Chicanos, or Jews? Asians. Now, why the Asians?
They just, I don't know. I just don't care for them.
Were you a vet?
If I'm a vet, no.
Mm-hmm. Were you? Do you feel that they are too industrious?
A lot of Vietnamese immigrants, right?
Exactly.
Well, tell me what's wrong with them. Are they pushy, or do they not integrate into the community properly?
Let me help you. Too many government handouts.
Well, that's a good one. That is definitely a good one. They come over here and we hand everything to them after we spend all this time over there.
Right, you got it.
Tell him.
That's right.
Tell him, Jethro.
Kurt likes you, boy.
My man.
Now, what about the next category? Let's see. We had Jews, Chicanos, blacks, and Asians. Well, Asians you like the least. Who would be next? Blacks?
Yeah.
Or Chicanos?
Of course. Well, no. You're right there, Chicano.
Oh, Chicano before the black?
Yeah.
Now, don't you guys have a big? Don't you have a big black problem down there in Dallas?
Not as much as we do with Chicano.
Really? Now, what's wrong with them?
Really?
Well, the Chicanos, they're. I wouldn't trust one of them. I wouldn't be around one of them. There's too many drive-by shootings. Always by Chicanos. Big gang wars here.
Right.
So it's more Chicano. Blacks are blacks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't have anything against them. I mean,
would you live with them?
I live across the street from one.
Oh, do you?
Sure.
Now, what's that all about?
And he's still alive? He's still breathing?
He's still alive, still breathing.
All right. You didn't take him out in the middle of the night and hang him or anything?
No lynchings?
No crosses on the yard, nothing like that.
All right, very good. Okay, and then you say the Jews are at the top of the list, huh? They're okay with you. The blacks and the Jews are all right.
Sure.
Well, how do you like that, Robin?
But
how do you feel
Americans,
about...
Right.
Much different than here in New York.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where you're in Dallas.
Now, would you allow your black neighbor, let's say, to marry your daughter?
No.
No. All right.
Well, now you're going too far.
All right. I'm just trying to get
There'll be a drive-by shooting past his house.
Right.
That's right.
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah.
She's a lovely kid?
What's she look like?
And does she play with the black kids, or you try to keep her apart from them?
No. She does her own thing.
Her own thing.
Now.
Right. Yeah, this way you keep, you don't want any racial mixing. In other words, what if she fell in love with the blacks?
Exactly.
Could she marry a Jew?
Probably.
How about
Really?
Chicano?
Chicano, no.
Right. What about an Asian?
I don't think so.
Right. Is she locked in the cellar right now?
No. She's out
Does he make the right choice?
All right. Well, okay, look, the guy has his priorities straight. Right, Kurt?
Absolutely. He's my man.
All right. Well, let's play the game, okay?
All right, Jethro.
All right. Now, what we're going to do is, in case you've never played before, now, you've got a good prize to play for, my friend.
All right.
So think clearly, all right?
Okay.
All right. Now, the prize is a trip for two. You're obviously over 21, right?
Yes.
Right. Unless you've been smoking 90 packs a day. I never heard a cough like this. I hear this. You smoke a lot, don't you?
No, not really. I didn't even know I've called yet.
No, you've got a smoker's phlegm when you laugh.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
That's possible.
How many packs a day are we smoking, or is it
Maybe pack and a quarter.
pack and a quarter? All right, here we go. But you're over the age of 21.
Definitely.
You can win 2 tickets to the Tough Man World Championship at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas on Friday, May 20th. Round trip airfare for 2 to Las Vegas. 2 days, 2 nights hotel accommodation.
Okay.
At the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Now, the only bad news is this. On the plane, you're going to be seated next to a chink.
Oh, well.
If you don't mind.
No, that's all right.
That was
And
the
you'll
only
have to share a room with a Chicano. Small price to pay.
At least you'll be in Vegas.
That's it.
That's right.
You don't have to spend that much time in your room.
And your David Black.
Very time.
Yeah, and a Jewish pilot will be flying. All right, here we go. Here we go. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
Well, now, Kurt Voldheim Jr. is going to give you 3 names.
Right.
Okay.
Out of those 3 names, one of those people is Jewish.
Okay.
You got to just pick out the Jew, and then you win.
All right, sounds good.
That's why we call it Guess Who's the Jew. Here we go, Kurt. I'll turn the
All
microphone
right,
over to you.
Zeke, how familiar are you with the Howard Stern Show?
Oh, very familiar.
A regular
I listen every
listener.
morning.
Good. I'll give you this category then. Stern Show freaks. And here are your choices. Number 1, Kenneth Keith Kallenbach.
All right, you've heard Kenneth Keith Kallenbach on the show. That's the guy who blew smoke out of his eyes. Go ahead, okay?
All right, number 2, Celeste, the annoying woman who follows Howard around and drags her leg.
All right, Celeste, yeah.
And number 3, Elephant Boy.
Fred, the Elephant Boy. Wow, this is a tough one. Fred the Elephant Boy, we happen to know the answer, Rob, because we are freaks ourselves. But Fred the Elephant Boy, Celeste, who you hear, who's always in the wheelchair, or Kenneth Keith Kallenbach.
I would think it would be Elephant Boy.
Well, you happen to be
You would
correct.
think right.
You're going to Vegas.
You're going to Vegas, my friend.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
Congratulations.
His real name is Fred Schreiber, right?
Correct.
Right. So he is obviously Jewish once you know that information.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Sounds good.
All right. Kurt, thank you.
Thank you, and go lynch a few people, Bubba.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold, my friend.
All right.
Could you just mention that thing on the bottom that you can order the Tough Man competition? It's this Friday, and just call your local cable operator.
It happens to be a great show. It really is.
I guess I'll be there.
You're going to be there. It is a great show.
You.
You really will see white guys, even like white guys, black guys, all kind of guys go into a ring bare-fisted, right? And they punch each other in the face
No
and they bleed.
holds barred.
And you see white guys beat up actual black guys.
Oh, all right.
All right.
What's wrong with that?
All right, hold on.
We figured it'd be right up your alley.
You bet.
All right, hold on.
Thank you.
He started out as kind of a liberal guy, and then by the time we were done with him,
Total racist.
yeah, we can expose that in people. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll do the news for you right after these words. Continue with the news.
Jackie Sykes, this is the first play Nancy's ever been in that he didn't have to produce.
All right.
A 400-pound man. Listen to this, Howard. You're going to love this story. You're going to love Seattle when you hear this story.
A 400-pound man.
Yeah, he's on death row.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Dominic.
No. He says now they have 2 ways of executing you out in the state of Washington.
Oh, really? Now there's 2 ways?
Well, you know, apparently all these states have a couple of different ways. Like the guy last week who wanted to do the Donahue show, he gets a choice between lethal injection and the gas chamber.
Yeah.
And this guy out in Seattle, he gets the opportunity to either have the lethal injection or he could be hanged.
Or you could just not feed him breakfast. He'd probably pass out.
And hit his head.
Yeah.
Kill himself.
I need food.
But listen to this. He has already rejected lethal injection.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Because he says he thinks that's barbaric.
Oh, hanging isn't?
But he says, I don't think that I should be, I should be hanged because I could wind up being decapitated because my body weighs so much.
Well, how much does his head weigh? Maybe he's like Rush Limbaugh. He's got a 45-pound head.
I can balance it all out.
Can't they hang him with a steel cable? They should harpoon him.
He thinks that's cruel and unusual punishment for him.
First of all, where do you have a prison that can maintain a guy at 400 pounds?
Right.
How is he getting all this food?
I don't know.
Oh, what are the prisoners chipping in?
Go back for seconds?
Yeah, how come in prison you could weigh 400
Is it
pounds?
eat all you want?
Can it really be prison if you weigh 400 pounds?
Cut him back.
Yeah. So now he's fighting his death sentence by saying that if I was beheaded, that would be barbaric punishment from a previous time, and we don't adhere to that today. So you can't hang me, and I won't allow a lethal injection. He's just trying to get out of being killed.
Yeah, he's just making it. Well, he could just cut his nuts off.
So the Seattle Supreme Court, the Washington State Supreme Court will have to determine whether this is cruel and unusual punishment. Most people are saying he probably wouldn't lose his head if they hanged him.
Donahue just called. He says he didn't care what you do to him. Just let him televise it. They should give him like an 800-gallon enema, let him explode. Fill him up with water.
It'll blow up.
Yeah.
Blow himself right through the top of the prison.
Water pouring out of his mouth. What was his crime?
He was sentenced to die for the 1981 murders of 2 bank tellers during a robbery.
Let me have my money. What else is in the news?
They don't tell me when he gained this weight, so I don't know whether he was just a big fat robber or he just got this big in prison. Also,
maybe he did Nutrisystem mix. He gained twice back. Yeah. I don't know what happened to me.
Shrimp. Also in Seattle, a guy named Paul Rivers was convicted of robbing an espresso stand. Not espresso, it's espresso.
Whatever you say.
He robbed this espresso stand, and now he's going to have to serve a life sentence.
Really?
Under
Where is
the
this?
3 strikes you're out rule.
Great. That's terrific. That 3 strikes you're out rule.
Stupid. One day we're going to need room for a real bad criminal. And we won't have it because this guy's clogging up the system. This is why I say we ought to go to something like caning. This guy doesn't mind going to jail, obviously.
Right.
Because he gets, he knows there's a 3 strikes you're out, but he doesn't care. He's still robbing espresso stands.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of guy you cane to break him of his bad habits.
Cane him. I'm with you. What else you got?
So then, this 3 strikes you're out rule is a stupid rule for some crimes.
It only makes sense in serious... we got that. Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Larry King, you will be sad to hear, will no longer be doing his regular afternoon radio show. The last one will be airing on Friday, May 27th. Then his afternoon time slot will be filled by a new program hosted by comedian David Brenner.
I'd like to see the guy who figured that one out.
David Brenner never told us anything about this.
No, I think it was fairly recent. I wonder who hired David Brenner. That's an unbelievable move.
Westwood One.
I wonder who owns that.
The same people who own Infinity Broadcasting.
There you go. No, actually, I'm glad to see David getting that work. And I'll tell you something.
David will be doing his show from Branson, Missouri, the new entertainment capital of the world.
Larry King finally was put in a position where he had to get ratings on radio, and it was the first time in his career that he was on other than overnights.
Where they don't do ratings.
And he was a miserable failure, which we all knew. And if he ever got off CNN and they put him on, they tried him on a network show one time. They gave him a Sunday night show. They even gave him David Letterman as a guest, and the show failed. Because he's not a ratings grabber, he's not a broadcaster, and he certainly doesn't know how to get ratings.
He was supposed to do 4 of those shows. They did 1 and never bothered with the rest.
You know, Larry, 3 strikes and you're out, Larry.
Now they're saying here that the talk show host has decided to allow his nightly CNN talk show, Larry King Live, to be simulcast on the Mutual affiliate starting on Monday, June 6th.
So I keep my radio presence.
With a show from Normandy commemorating D-Day.
Yeah, that's what they want to hear on radio. Play some music.
Normandy, you're on the air.
Normandy.
We're commemorating Normandy.
Oh, Larry. Howard Stern.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know you. D-Day. That's the day Larry got his divorce. One of his many divorces.
He has been complaining about his workload for some time. And his move was to make things easier and lighter
He says, I can't believe I'm a load and I work.
More time for Duke's Bart.
Yeah. Hang out during the day with my many friends.
So there you go, Larry King. No longer going to be on radio.
Now I have more time.
A radio show.
More time to spend painting my head before the show. He let 60 Minutes follow him around, and they watched him paint his head.
He gets crazy. He doesn't know what to do.
In a barber chair.
Shtick.
Either painting my head.
Yeah. Put some paint on his face. Make him into a bozo.
Marry my head.
Tonight on Entertainment Tonight, you get a sneak peek of Patty Davis in the new issue of Playboy.
Oh!
I could get her. I know I could. Robin, you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she said something like she really enjoyed doing this nude spread for Playboy, that it was comfortable, they're very professional.
You see the bush?
She immediately agreed to pose nude when asked by the magazine because she's been weight training for several years and is happy with the results, so she wanted to show off.
She's really into working out, that Patty Davis Reagan.
She says she looks better today at 41 than she did at 21.
Do you see everything? You see the genitalia?
I don't know, Howard. That's not the kind of thing they ask on E.T.
Too bad her father isn't still president.
I don't know why she didn't think of doing it then.
Yeah, really kill him.
So look for that in the July issue, and you can see previews of it, as I said, tonight on Entertainment Tonight.
We'll see the first bush.
Oh.
Yeah, we know her pretty well. She's pretty horny for me, I think. I can't give you 100% on that, but...
It seems to me that
yeah,
she'd be vulnerable.
Yeah, and she's not even that good, but I'd do her just because she's Ronald Reagan's daughter.
I'm sure she'll be glad to hear that.
Oh, she knows it. She knows what that's what it's about.
Well, hey, she was getting guys long before he became president.
I'd love to make a mess on the president's daughter. Who wouldn't? Mess her up.
Oh, my.
Make you messy.
Make you moan.
Make you messy. Make my mess.
Dirty daughter.
You're a dirty, dirty girl. Rebellious. You're so rebellious.
I wanna make you messy in the White House.
Yeah, I'm gonna tame you with my messy.
I want to inaugurate you.
I'm gonna inaugurate your face.
The Stand gave ABC.
What?
The Stand gave ABC.
That was a good show. The Stand.
5 straight nightly wins last week.
5. It was only on 4 nights.
Number 1. Yeah, I don't know how it did that.
Oh, that's some show.
That's a good show. Keeps you tuned in on a day it's not even on.
I love the Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King book. I don't read books. But I watch the movies they make out of his books, and I enjoy them. And this Stand that they ran was very, very good. I mean, the ending was bad, because how the hell are you going to end this thing? All of a sudden, the hand of God is there with lifting up missiles, but... Never mind all that nonsense. It was good.
The lead-up was good.
And they had that old black woman in there, Ruby Dee. Terrific. Terrific actress. She played Sister...
Mother
Divine or something.
Whoever she was.
Mother
Pearl.
Mother Pearl. And Rob Lowe had the best part of all. He didn't have to talk. He played a deaf mute.
That was the best acting I've seen him do.
All he did was point. And then they had... Molly Ringwald looks awful. She was the sex interest. She got a set of gums on her when she smiles. Looks like Mr. Ed.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh,
as
boy.
soon as she cracked that first smile, I knew you were out of there in terms of the sexual interest.
Can't they, sew your lips down to your... Arsenio has that, too. And Baba Booey has that. A lot of people, they smile, and all you see is their gums.
It's just like the gums just drop out.
And then everyone says she has a lovely smile. I go, that's not lovely. You're seeing her whole dental work. It's a billboard.
You could write something. You could have advertising on her gums.
Unbelievable. Boy, oh boy. Which I never understood why John Hughes in all his movies made Molly Ringwald the sexy girl.
You didn't even like her as a kid, huh?
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. Yeah.
No, I don't find her very sexual, but especially with black hair.
Well, what about that Giancomo or whatever her name was?
Laura San Giancomo. Now, there's a good-looking girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you see that head of hair on her?
Oh, no.
That was a wig.
So what?
Probably has a bush like a barbed wire.
Well, there was one scene where they showed her in that little skimpy dress, and you could see all the hair on her arms.
Yeah.
She's
a hairy girl. There's no question she's a hairy little minky. But she's good. Like, she had big chest. They had her in her bra at one scene when she makes love to Satan. Skinny legs.
Satan must have had some facility there.
Oh, yes.
Because did you see her after she made love to him?
Yeah.
She could never stop holding that area.
I know, she was in pain. I've never once had a woman do that. I go, oh my God, my whole area hurts.
And she couldn't even talk.
Yeah, she was a wee bit cross-eyed. The devil makes love to her, and then like she's completely, like she's just holding a private area.
And shaking.
And jumping off buildings. Wow. That's called making love.
That's right.
Now that's fun.
Yeah, that's the way to leave him.
Yeah, like you have I saw what you're packing.
He never left anybody like that, huh?
I can take a hammer with me.
Now Billy has got the biggest one on our show. Billy West is so huge. In fact, Ronnie was telling me he was giving V West, Billy's wife, a ride.
Yeah.
The whole time they just said, "How do you handle Billy?" Because she's a tiny girl, and she goes, "It's pretty difficult."
You're kidding.
Oh no.
Admitted to that, huh?
Screamed.
I bet you Billy's left a few girls in pain, like Laura San Giacomo.
I think that V spent her whole first year after making that.
When I first met you, like maybe after a couple of days, you were wearing jeans, like tight pants, and it was like a log in your pants, and I used to say to you, holy mackerel.
I was just standing there listening to some comedy sketch being put together, and you just stopped dead for a second and went, hey man, is that
you?
And Robin went,
ooh, Billy.
Yeah, right. Did your wife freak out the first time you made love to her?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did she really? Like when you got naked, all of a sudden she was like, oh my God, am I going to be able to handle this?
What is this thing? It's called love.
Was she like, I don't know if I can handle this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, what's that like? I would love to pull down my pants.
You would love to get that reaction.
Oh, I would love just once for a woman to go, oh my God. Because I know, like, Dee Snider's wife from Twisted Sister, she told me, she's like, every time Dee says she wants to make love, I have to, like, brace myself. And the first time I saw it, I got scared, and I said, it's no way it's all going to come together, you know? Oh, I'd pay money for that.
To frighten women away.
Yeah. And she was saying, they don't even need foreplay. Because it's just the thought of it.
Weapon.
So did your wife flipped, right?
Yeah.
And like, she's never even really gotten used to it, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You could only have one type of sex. I mean, you can't do the real painful stuff to her, right?
Not if she has to take the bus.
She wouldn't be able to sit down for months.
She's like a weeble.
Yeah, she's a very small girl. She's a tiny girl, small hips.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Billy is like...
I'll punish her. Yeah.
Billy's like a tiny guy and everything, but like, man, he pulls down his pants and he grows like...
He grows in your estimation.
Yeah. He's a man of tall stature. He's 6'5" when he's naked.
Tripod. Yeah.
Yeah. The first time...
See, I can't tell.
No, it is. No, his wife confirmed it. She said Billy's a handful.
She's in a carload of guys telling everybody.
Yeah, right. Well, they were asking her.
Some guys, huh?
She's pretty wild, your wife. A lot of guys want to have sex with her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know that, Billy?
Yeah, I kind
It makes the guy feel better, though, when he hears that from another guy.
Yeah. I love it to death.
Evidently. Yeah. You almost killed her the first time.
You almost killed her. That's true.
Smack her in the head, cane her with that thing. But I understand it's evidently... how often does she get that? Like twice a week?
Yeah.
Wow. I think she can only handle twice a week.
Yeah. Billy would like more.
No, that's about all I'm good for.
All right.
And Billy has to lie down because all the blood rushes from his brain.
I get a little callous.
You can't think.
She needs to recuperate. She's like that woman in the stand. Holding herself for 2 days.
Yeah.
Walking around in a coma.
That's why he took her up to the woods so nobody else could see.
Be him in the face.
The first time, was it really difficult?
With her?
Yeah. I mean, was she like flipping? I mean, what did she say? Like,
No, because I didn't go right after her.
Really?
Yeah. I had some funny, weird feeling that this was going to be the girl I was going to stay with.
Right. Oh, so you were like...
I was going wild.
But I'm saying, when she finally saw you naked, was she like in a quandary as to what to do?
She thought it was pretty good. It was like...
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what I was doing.
The jackpot. You should go to a nudist con. If I was single and I was you,
You'd be a nudist.
I'd be a nudist, like showing it off.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hey, no big deal about nudity.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Me, I'm...
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Hey, let's all go skinny dipping. I can't. I'm having my period.
I'd rather not.
Yeah. I'll relax over here. I'll sit down and watch you guys.
Yeah. Billy says, is the water cold? That's good.
Yeah, make me look normal. Anything else?
Be so frightening.
Robin, anything else besides Billy in the news?
Headline.
Billy back.
Yes, I understand that Jesse Jackson has decided to focus his attention on the networks, starting with NBC.
Jesse Jackson?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Decided that it's time to boycott because he watches all the Sunday shows where they do all the news analysis and political commentary, and he doesn't see any black faces, and he doesn't see very many women.
Wrong. Then he has to come to New York.
He wants to go to the networks now and put pressure on them because he says they don't call us nigger, they just don't have any of us on these shows.
Wrong. I watch those shows every Sunday. The only one that doesn't have a black is McLaughlin. Hey, come on, get off it.
I just report.
He's full of it.
I don't watch many of these shows. I don't know. There's a black person on To Meet the Press. There's a black person on.
Yeah, they have them on all the
this
time.
This week with David Brinkley.
Sure. And especially the local shows. You can't even see a white face.
Well, he's talking network, not local.
Network. Network my ass.
I won't mind.
Yes, you will. I don't believe this guy. You know, and what happened to his TV show on CNN?
I think it's still running, isn't it?
I've never seen it once. Why doesn't he worry about his own stupid show?
He's going to bring it to New York for ratings.
Is he really? Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, well, that nosy hair lip should keep his mouth shut.
Right.
Jackie, I get this great chink joke I've been working on.
Jay trying to beef up his material.
Take my rice, please.
All right. Thank you, Jay Leno.
I see lots of niggers in the news.
You're not Jay Leno.
What's the complaint? What is going on, Howard?
You are trying to change your image to beef up, but
I think you're being stupid.
You're being racist.
You think so?
Yeah, you can't do black jokes, Jew
New York
jokes.
was a hard-edged city.
Yeah, no.
Different from L.A.
You know what's funny? That picture in the newspaper today, you know, because Jay's coming to New York, they got him posing with a baseball bat at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Meet the Mets.
What's that supposed to be?
I don't know. What is that? That gets you ratings if you go to see the Mets?
Yeah. He's winning over New York.
How does that translate into viewers?
What was that, Jay?
Did I say nigger again? It slipped.
Well, that's not going to get your ratings in this town, buddy.
If we can't kid the darkies, who can we kid?
Oh, come on. That kind of material isn't going to work. You're trying too hard. You got to relax, like Letterman does. He's so relaxed, that's why Johnny goes on his show.
He doesn't use that word.
All right, Johnny never had to resort to that.
For ratings.
Johnny never had to resort to the N-word. Hey, you know, Robin, give your review of that Spike Lee movie.
Oh, I knew you were going to see. I told you that in private. That was a private moment we shared together.
Robin comes to me. She says, boy, you know, I know you always talk about Spike Lee and that the guy's an amateur filmmaker, but boy, are you right.
This time you hit it right.
This guy puts out a movie called Crooklyn, right? This Spike Lee. And I always said this guy's an amateur filmmaker. I watched that Malcolm X. I couldn't hear the dialogue through the music. This guy don't know how to mix. He's got music. All his movies. Watch all his movies. There's music going on the whole time.
I don't know why he even has the people talking, because either you want us to hear the music or you want us to hear the dialogue. You can't hear both at once.
So Robin goes to see Crooklyn. She says, they got some kind of soundtrack. Spike Lee paid $1 million for the soundtrack. She says, you can't even hear the people talking. I think he plays music now with words. It's while people are talking. The guy's an amateur.
Leaning forward in your seat, trying to hear. What are they saying? I guess I got to learn to read lips to know what these Spike Lee films are about.
The sure sign of an amateur filmmaker is when they put music every second. You don't have to have music when people are talking.
Tons of music playing over everything. Not a moment where they quiet down.
He's an amateur filmmaker. That's not a real filmmaker.
And just scenes. They're not stories. He just gives you scenes.
And everyone says, why does he call it Crooklyn? It has nothing to do with crooks. I know why, because when you pay $7 to see that movie, he's stealing.
There you go.
That's why they call it Crooklyn.
There you go. Now you've explained everything.
There's the crook. Crooklyn.
Yes, I used to be a fan of Spike Lee films, but this movie was just horrible. It was torture.
Glad you came to your senses on that.
Torture.
I'll tell you. I tell you to come to your senses.
The poor black people are looking. What are we? Is that the joke? Is that where we're supposed to laugh?
I see. Jay, don't even think it.
Of course he's a crook.
Oh, come on, Jay, it's enough. Please.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Jay, pick on a few other ethnic groups here.
Don't help it.
Yeah. Of course he's a crook. That's enough.
5 Norwegian tourists on a Miami airport hotel shuttle bus were robbed on Friday, Howard, by 2 men who hijacked the vehicle. This is the latest twist in ripping off of the tourists in Miami, and police say they're going to take steps to counter this new kind of crime.
Don't you have any gook stories?
Jay?
What are you saying, Jay?
Asian gook stories? Give me a chance for a reprieve.
In February, tourism experienced another drop in Miami. This is the 3rd consecutive monthly decline.
What is Miami going to do?
A series of attacks on foreigners is blamed.
They finally start to get things going. They're getting some commerce in the area. They're rebuilding Miami. They get the modeling industry to go down there because of the nice weather. And what happens?
Film industry, everything. Got a bunch of people moving in.
Well,
Sly Stallone just opened his house with a big party.
Yeah, well.
But, you know, I have the feeling that Miami needs RoboCop.
Yeah. Well, because nobody knows how to handle the problem or talk about the problem. They're afraid. Let me down there. I'll run for governor next in Florida.
It's amazing what's going on.
I'll tell you something. I would cut off the tip of Florida and peddle it to Australia. They need it. They ran out of criminals there. Send it to France.
A Napa, California jury awarded $500,000 against 2 therapists accused of planting a false sexual abuse memory in a patient.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
The jury found that the psychiatrist and a counselor were negligent in treating an adult daughter of a former winery executive, this guy Gary Ramona. He said that he lost his daughter, he lost his job, he lost his reputation, his wife left him after his daughter came out with the story that she was raped as a child.
I saw that guy on TV. You mean he won this case?
Yes, he's getting $500,000.
Imagine this poor guy. How much he getting?
$500,000 from the therapist and a counselor.
This poor guy, regular businessman. His daughter comes out all of a sudden out of nowhere and accuses him of rape. He loses his job. He loses everything. Loses his house. Loses his marriage. They believe the daughter. Turns out the psychiatrist. This is why kids ruin you. There's some psychiatrist gets a hold of a weak-minded kid. This is what happens. He's a psychiatrist. Imagine you were so weak-minded, a psychiatrist say, you were raped by your father. I was raped by my father. You were raped by your father. You were raped by your father. Some dopey kid. I was raped by my father. What are you, a putty head? You don't know if you was raped by your father? That's something you remember. You don't need a psychiatrist to remind you of it.
Well, maybe you were too young.
Get out of here, too young. Believe me, it would hurt. You'd look like that movie. You'd be walking around with your hand between your legs. If a grown man took you as a child, what do you think, that wouldn't be noticed?
Be like Billy did it.
Yeah, it'd be like Billy raped you. Let me tell you something. Can you imagine that? Your kid grows up, goes to a psychiatrist.
Everything's been fine, lovely for years.
You have a great dad. The guy works hard to try and give you a life. All of a sudden, you were raped by your father. You were raped by your father. You were raped by your father. I was raped by my father. That bastard. Yeah. That's That's right. I tell you, it's unbelievable. And those who are legitimately raped, they're up the creek. No one believes them. Putty heads. Right? Yeah.
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 Putty head.
Yeah, putty head. Yeah.
Roseanne Arnold, once again, want to remind everybody.
Electrocute this psychiatrist on Donahue.
Remind everyone of what's going on with the Arnold marriage. Roseanne has filed for divorce again.
That fat pig.
From Tom Arnold.
She should have to be married to him the rest of her life. I warned her.
Requested a restraining order against him once again.
Tom loves me for me.
This time, she says that she's for real.
Yeah.
And she also wants her former name restored.
Put her on heroin.
No longer wants to be Roseanne Arnold.
Is she eating food with stupid in it? Could they package stupid and stick it in food? Is she getting progressively dumber?
Are they putting too much stupid in the food now?
Wasn't there an old axiom that said the older you get, the wiser you get?
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
That dummy Stugatz. I have to read about her every day in my newspaper. I can't even buy a newspaper now. I got to read about that fat pig.
She's the only one that didn't see it coming.
Stupid.
Vitamin S.
You were wrong when you told her about it.
Retarded people have more brains than her.
But I resent the fact that Tom Arnold has parlayed this into something for himself. He was at the Sylvester Stallone party.
Of course, because he's in the movie.
Is he?
I don't know. Just made that up.
But when I saw, on the guest list, there's Madonna, there's Cher, there's this one, that one. Tom Arnold is he's at the party too.
Yeah, that's going to be her worst night. I said on the air, that poor woman is so... I guess, she was clinically mental at one point.
Can't she use that?
She's mental. She says she got 37 personalities. And now she finally did it.
Yeah, maybe she didn't consent to that. Some of the other personalities married Tom.
She finally did what I thought she couldn't do. She actually now is stupider than she is fat. Everyone said it wasn't possible. Her stupidity exceeds her obesity.
A new goal.
A new height.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love him.
Thank you.
She'll be picking up her award for that later
Tom's
on.
a real talent. And, I kept saying on the air, I said, don't you see it, honey?
He's talented. It's all right.
I hope the judge doesn't give him a thing.
Well, she has requested that he not be
I'm with you,
given
baby.
alimony. But it is California.
She needs to save her money for the next moron she marries.
Who's next?
I don't like that Tom Arnold. But you know what? I respect him.
Why?
I'll tell you why. I respect him. He did what no man could do.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Don't be ridiculous. A lot of men could do that.
I could never get it up for that fat slob.
Oh, why? Ask Jackie.
All right. Jackie can do it.
It does take something, though.
Yeah, come on. Could you get it up for her?
I hope not.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't care how many beers. Although your own network television show, the Jackie Show.
Executive producer Jackie.
I can put out good quality records. I do it 3 times a night.
Hey, there you go.
Quart of vodka.
I'm not you know what, but God bless Tom Arnold.
But you know what Tom Arnold did? He kept doing her and he got sober. That was, I guess, a feat.
Hey, more power to him. What am I to say?
He said he was getting sober. I don't know. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
See.
Joe Roth, a businessman in Napierville, Illinois, paid $20,000 at auction Saturday for 25 of 40 artworks created by serial killer John Wayne Gacy.
Now, what did he pay again, Robin?
$20,000 for 25 pieces of John Wayne Gacy art.
Really? No kidding.
He says he will burn the paintings. I don't know how he figures that this will help, but he says he'll burn the paintings to grab parents' attention to watch their kids so that this never happens again.
Oh, boy. I think we did it. We found someone more confused than Roseanne. I don't get his logic,
Oh,
but...
look at that smoke. I better watch my child.
Tell him to hop on the fire.
Jump on the crawl space.
That's it. I want to be executed on Donahue.
You don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
I see here that Roger Clinton is about to release that album we've been waiting for all this time.
Oh, good. He's good.
It's called Nothing Comes Easy.
Yeah, including getting me to the White House to meet the president. So I can have 10 minutes with the dude.
I guess that's what it's about. He says he's written the title song in honor of his mother, Virginia Kelly, who died in January.
Well, she didn't come easy? Was she hard to come?
The guy who runs Roger's new record label describes the record as pop, not country, and not hard rock.
A lot of not.
And a national tour, including an appearance on the David Letterman show.
Wow. Well,
David Letterman knows nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's just their plan. I don't know. And Greg Gumbel, friend of ours, has
Is he going to do that really good song that we like?
Which is?
I Get Laid Because My Brother's President.
Very
I love that tune.
biographical.
I get laid because my brother's president.
But it's not country.
Sounds like country to me. I just know I love to get all those women. Thank God for the Clinton presidency. Thank you.
Greg Gumbel, a friend of ours who's been working for CBS since 1989, I think.
Greg Gumbel, yes.
He
Good
has
man.
signed with NBC.
He has. Now, what's he going to do?
He's going to be the voice of the NFL for them.
I could do that.
He's going to be the studio host of the network's baseball coverage.
It's not fair.
And an NBA play-by-play man.
Oh, NBA. All right. Because they lost football at CBS.
Right. They say that's probably the reason for the move. NBC will have no comment about this because Greg's contract with CBS is still in effect. But in the paper today, they said Greg will indeed be joining his brother.
Oh, he's going to NBC. Now
At
I got you.
NBC.
Okay, I see.
You got that?
Okay, that's right.
All right. And then today, I think it's on A Current Affair. You will see David Letterman reveal that he was a big drinker during his college days.
Gee, well, that's something new.
That time was the best time of his life.
Yeah.
And even though he gave up the boozing 12 years ago, he still looks back on those alcohol-soaked days with fond memories.
Yeah.
He will also reveal that he once bit off the head of a rooster.
Big deal. I did that. He bit off the head of a rooster. Is that for real?
Yes.
What do you mean he's going to reveal that? Isn't that something he should have revealed already? He bit off the head of a rooster where?
He was, growing up wherever he grew up. I forget, in Illinois, Iowa, wherever it was. Indiana. I knew it was an I state. And he got a little rowdy. He was with some friends. He was a little over enthusiastic. It was some kind of a cock crowing contest.
Cock what?
Cock crowing.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Cock crowing contest, Howard.
Yeah.
And he said he was just a little too anxious and enthusiastic about trying to please and amuse his friends.
And he bit off the head of a cock.
And he bit off the head
of a cock.
Well, yeah, trying to get it to crow. Nothing else.
Yeah. Just the idea.
Yeah? Yeah. Would you ever do something like that, Robin?
No. Not bite it.
Please.
Very good.
With sugar on top.
No kidding. That's a thing. That's a hell of a thing to reveal.
Yeah. Letterman's coming clean. He's just opening up.
Well, there you go.
Get very relaxed.
Didn't want any skeletons in his closet.
I thought somebody was going to reveal this before he could, so he decided to do it himself.
Jay Leno, though, in an attempt to compete, is now revealing stuff about his past.
Is that right?
Yeah, Jay, tell everyone what you did. Come on, tell everyone.
I once bit the balls off of a rat.
Oh, you're too funny.
The squeak was a little higher pitched afterwards. But he did live, though. I don't know what happened to the cock, but
very good for you.
About that.
All right, so Jay, you've outdone even Letterman on that. Good for you.
Yeah, good.
And this weekend at the box office, Howard, The Crow, the Brandon Lee film, was #1. Speaking of crowing.
The Crow.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
But Brandon Lee's happy about all his success.
Oh, he's ecstatic.
Yeah. Jay, so you did some wild, this Letterman announcing that he bit the head off a cock. Did you really?
Yes. Oh. The competitive Jay.
Right. Good for you.
Anything that Letterman does, I can do better. I'm the competitive Jay. Right here in New York, the Big Apple. Once on a date, I was on a date,
and
I ate elephant duty.
Right.
Don't you think that's going way overboard?
So what you're trying to say is you've done more outrageous things than Letterman.
Absolutely.
When you were in college, you ate duty.
I was all over the place.
Good for you.
Were you a big drinker when you
Big drinker, sure.
Sure, he drank plenty. Sure. Do you think Letterman is, by announcing these things, is trying to make you look bad?
Probably trying to make me to come to life or something.
Right.
Sure.
All right. So you have done outrageous things as well?
Sure. One.
What? Why do you laugh at your own jokes?
What? One time, listen to this. This is true. Ernie's breast.
All right. Very good. Good for you.
Once I sliced open my grandmother up in Andover, Massachusetts, and I ate her stomach.
Right, you ate her entrails.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Entrails, yeah.
Good for you.
It was a lot of fun, and it was also...
All right. Robin, thank you so much. Fred Norris, thank you. Billy West, Jackie Jokeman, Martling, we look forward to your big gig coming up. That's going to be Friday night, May 27th at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. For dirty jokes and info, you call 516-9221. Also, Jackie's very funny Wild Comedy CD, Jackie Platinum Joke Page Martling. $10, 3 shipping and handling. Price includes full color joke land catalog. You call 1-800. Thank you, Jackie. 323-5464 for Jackie's hot new CD.
Right.
Boy Gary this Saturday night at the Club Chit Chat in Buffalo, New York, and this Sunday at the new Hanna-Barbera store in FAO Schwartz in New York from 2 to 4 p.m. with his heroes Bill Hanna and Joe Barbera.
Wow.
Cartoon all, Wolf.
I'm an idiot. I'm a friggin' idiot.
Yeah. Don't miss Stuttering John's band appearing at the Cell Block in Bensalem, Pennsylvania this Friday night. Stuttering John will be signing CDs at Tower Records. On Roosevelt Boulevard in Northeast Philadelphia at 5:30. Stuttering John also appearing at Saratoga Winners in Albany this Saturday night. For tickets, call 518-783-1010.
Yeah.
Steve the Gorilla will be hosting the grand opening of Club New York in Elizabeth, Roselle Park, New Jersey this Friday, May 20th at 9 o'clock. Go say hi to him. And this Friday at 8 p.m., Rocket 95's first anniversary Howard Stern party at Harrow's East Theater in downtown Rochester. Boy Gary, Jackie Jokeman, Miss Howard Stern, Fred the Elephant Boy and Jolene, Captain Jenks, Melrose, Larry Green, all the Whack Pack.
I had no idea.
And if you're planning a wedding or party and need a great DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment toll free from any city, 1-800-PARTY-MC. If you'd like to hire Scott in the New York area, call 718-BAG-5040. We'll see you tomorrow. And thank you, Orlando. Good to spend our first day in Orlando.